Are you ready?
Hello, America, and everyone else watching.
America.
Hopefully we get some good UK fans on, because it's going to be quite the UK episode. But before we get into that, EC, I got a little trailer.
I owe Paul an apology. I've been doing this a lot lately. I'll be like, who are you? You know Paul's on YouTube, right? I think he has a ceramic coating dedicated to him. Okay, just make sure we're all aware, man. Sorry, Paul. I love you. Picture like though, because he's
run the trailer.
Right,
look,
pull the trailer.
Pause.
드디어 이제 미국에서도 카티바를 만나볼 수 있습니다. 미스터 카티바라고 합니다. 이미 카티바에 대해서 들어보신 분들도 있고 또 카티바에 대해서 모르시는 분들도 있을 수가 있기 때문에 카티바가 어떤 브랜드인지 먼저 소개를 해드릴게요. 카티바의 라인업은 한국에서 만들어집니다. 근데 세정제는 없고 코팅제만 있습니다. 이게 이 브랜드만의 좀 특징이죠. 세차용품 하면 세정제와 코팅제가 있어야 하는데 저희는 코팅제만 존재합니다. 오로지 코팅에만 집중이 되어 있는 브랜드예요. 그리고 카티바는 한국에서 상위 세차용품에 속하는 되게 유명한 브랜드라고 알고 계시면 좋을 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 저는 세차 유튜버이기 때문에 저를 좋아해주시는 팬분들께서 감사하게도 우리 브랜드를 많이 사랑해주고 소문도 많이 내주고 사용해보면서 많은 리뷰가 쌓이고 카티바의 성능이 검증되면서
March 6th, the best South Korea has to offer is hitting the States.
I'm going to tell you right now, these Koreans are like Michael Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bro, I felt like I was watching Transformers. I felt like the dude was going to come out of the wall.
It just needed some explosions.
Insane. All right.
Explosions. Mark your calendars.
We got 20 people on.
Set. We're coming. Hey, if you ain't signed up for a business program, head over to the website, scroll to the bottom, sign up. You can save big on detail code THORTOWS, 15% off everything else. Go investigate it if you can. But you know what's big, EC, is we got Garage Therapy is live.
Listen, we're going to do a giveaway today.
Went live.
We're doing a giveaway of Garage Therapy. A Garage Therapy rinseless wash.
I like that. What do you like about this rinseless wash?
Everything, bro. It's like finding your wife again. It's like knowing she had good credit when you bought a house.
Fresh from the UK. Click that shop now. It's live.
Oh, it works, man. That's great.
Let me tell you, did EC order enough? We will find out.
No, I didn't.
But I'm just telling y'all right now, if you want some Garage Therapy, you probably should get that order in ASAP, because it's moving really nice. It's got some really good stuff. And today we're gonna ask the fine folks who've been using it for longer than us their favorite products and that kind of deal. What should we do?
Play the clip.
Well, hold on. We gotta hold on. We got a last
Bro, this is
call.
Too early. It's not. It's late. I'm usually hype beast at night. I was working on something.
We got last call on the Stay Strong detail spray as well. We are trying to wrap this campaign up. That way we can get Lydia her check, because time is of the essence of the Brazen Sanfilippo awareness, that kind of deal. So we dropped it to $8.99. This is a fantastic quick detailer. You can use this waterless wash, drying aid, all kind of stuff. I even like using it on the interior. It's just a fantastic interior, exterior detailer spray. It's just amazing. And we're trying to wrap it up. So you got $8.99 singles. We got a case bundle right here, $86.30 if you want 12-pack of them. Again, 100% of the proceeds go to the Save Lydia
and let's be honest,
campaign.
We ordered more on accident, so this is the
we did order more on accident. Yep.
Yeah. So I told Jamie not to do it, and
Lydia needs an extra.
Yeah, she needs money.
So.
She needs money.
That's right. So it's raising Sanfilippo awareness. It's also going towards getting that trial run of the Sanfilippo type B, medication or whatever it's called.
Hey, can I ask you an update on it? Like, have you talked to your niece? Like, how's she doing?
So actually there has been updates on Sanfilippo syndrome as of late. Like type A is like underway. I think August they're going to release, like the FDA's finally approved like some kind of medicine, that hopefully will start to cure this terrible childhood illness that is not cool at all. So we're helping the cause. Stay strong. 100% of proceeds. We'd appreciate your last call. Let's finish strong, people. Go buy you a bottle of Stay Strong Detail. Also, join the House of Rags Facebook group. We got great updates all the time. You know, when stuff drops, we post real fast there. Exclusive content. EC always showing what he's kind of working on in the background. And I think we need to bump up the Facebook exclusive content for sure. And give you some real exclusive stuff over there in the Facebook group. But yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, reviews from the good people over there. And again, that's the House of Rags Facebook.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. So, you know, you ever bought something from
it is
the UK and import that mug? You got to pay shipping and import fees, bro. So you pay $35 and you smile every time you wash, my guy. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
All right, you spent more money than that yesterday eating at McDonald's for 2. So you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
I'll drop $40 on a cheeseburger real quick.
I know you would real quick. You don't even eat it.
Cream, all the good stuff. But let's get the UK brethren in. Look, we're going to learn all kind of good words.
You can't say slap. Don't say slap.
Don't say slapper.
Slapper means you're calling their mom a whore. Do not do that.
Half the UK already.
I didn't know that. I had no idea until Maz looked at me with like those eagle eyes, like he was gonna kill me in my sleep. He was like, "What you say?" I go, "Listen, bro, relax, bro. I didn't know what it meant."
That was one heck of a UK accent right there.
I'm learning, bro. Can we split it? Can we split
the trailer? Garage Therapy.
Hit it.
They're here live in the house.
Hi, my name is Maz and I'm the co-owner of Garage Therapy. After many years now, hundreds of emails and direct messages, we are pleased to announce that the House of Rags will be our official US distributor, and they will also be distributing to Canada as well. For those of you that don't know us, we as a brand and chemical manufacturer are known to produce chemicals that are high performing, high quality and offer amazing value. Above all, we value performance, quality and value, whether that is hydrophobics, cleaning, concentration and cost. We spend an enormous amount of time ensuring that our products are high performers, so that when you use them, whether it's the exterior of the vehicle or the interior of the vehicle, you will not be disappointed in its performance. Furthermore, with the quality of chemistry, the concentration, the bespoke additives to our products and the cost, you will get an incredibly high performing, quality, value driven product you won't be able to put down.
There you go. There you go. Look at all these wonderful people we got on the screen.
This is a lot of white people online at once. This is the war of 1800s, bro. Hold on.
There you go. Yeah, zoom in on them a little bit. We got the great Paul Dolden. We got the boys from the Car Boutique. And we got Mr. Jonny Shiell.
And first of all, congrats to the Car Boutique guys. They actually hit 12K, right? Didn't you hit 12K subscribers or 10?
Oh, they've been dummy barrel.
I think we're just under 15 now, Eddie. So,
sorry. Forgive me for disrespecting you, Andy. Lord,
rolling.
Yeah. Johnny's been doing some tweaking on the YouTube channel, and he's promised me 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we're working him like a bitch, if I can say
something about the naked detail if he doesn't hit it, but that's another thing.
Don't listen to me telling me that 5 years ago.
That's true, Paul. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing, guys? How is everyone tonight?
We'll sack Johnny and we'll go and chat with Paul. He'll help us out. It's all teamwork.
Dude, everybody's pumped.
Look, they're pumped about Paul, dude. They're horny for some Paul. Tell us a little bit about yourself, so we'll go around and
let's start with Paul.
First of all, afternoon, gents, and thanks for having us on. It's evening over here in the UK. Yeah, I'm Paul Dolden Details. I've been on YouTube for around 8 years, a detailer for 20 plus years. And I was probably one of the first people to use garage therapy in the UK.
There you go. Wow. Perfect person to have on
screen, anyway.
First person on screen or the first
Possibly, person? Yeah, I kind of brought it to the forefront on
He's the
YouTube.
face of the website. When you go on the website, you'll see Paul Dolden's beautiful face on the Garage Therapy's website saying,
yeah, you won't see
quite a while ago. I had long hair then.
Yeah, dreads.
Nice. Well, let's go to Jonny next.
How you doing, guys? I'm Jonny Shiell Detailing, a.k.a. Jonny Shiell Hair, a.k.a. Pimp, Big Daddy, and hung like a mofo.
Oh, my Lord. That's not what she said.
Ask your mum, Eddie. Ask your mum.
I didn't have to ask her. She sent me a pic.
Just call me Daddy. Don't worry, mate.
Nah, you look like a gnome in the front yard, little man.
She loves that ginger beard, mate. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started detailing back in 2020. came into the scene because obviously hairdressing and everything else got closed down during COVID. I was a big car fan back in the day. Had a Renault 5 GT Turbo. Washed my neighbour's car, and then I turned up on this podcast 4 years later. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. Paul's a really good mate of mine. Andy's a really good mate of mine. And Carl is disappointed.
What did you say, Johnny? There? Johnny, did you say I'm a good mate of yours?
Yeah, but I said Carl's a bit disappointed. So, we're working on him.
Carl always looks mad.
So,
it's just the face.
He always looks upset.
I would call myself a YouTuber, but I hardly post any content. At the moment, I just spend my time and the hours speaking to other YouTubers about what they could do better on their channel. So I'm a bit of a do this, but I don't do that. Kind of do as I say, not as I do. But at the moment, I'm currently editing for the guys at the Car Boutique. So far,
so do you edit all their content or just the YouTube stuff?
I do now, but most of it. But I think it's a lot easier when you. I think it's a lot. What's that?
Until we sack you.
Yeah, until we sack me, exactly. Yeah, once they've hit that 100,000 subscribers and they're raking in that coin, it's like I got nothing. At least I've got all the evidence. But no, listen. I love the content. I love the detailing scene. I love just engaging. I love networking. I love chatting to different people. So, first of all, I think this industry is absolutely awesome. I think it's like a little boys' club. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like I'm a big golf fan, so I used to play golf quite a lot and used to love.
Wait, like golf, or because you guys don't know how to do sports over there? Are you saying golf or what?
Golf, mate. Yeah, golf.
Like golf, like Tiger Woods in his prime time.
Tiger Woods. So
right.
So one of my customers is this year. He's the captain for the Ryder Cup team for Europe.
It's a lot hard pick these days. Everyone left to go play live golf.
Luke Donald. I'm not sure if Luke's in the. I've sent him a thing tonight. So if he's in the little name drop there, stick that out there. So if there's any golfers out there, give us a shout out because golf is becoming really cool and sexy on YouTube now as content. So it's
is golf a UK thing?
Yeah, well, Lord, I can't. That's the disrespect. The St. Andrews.
I don't know where golf came from.
The greatest game, bro. Oh Lord, I can't believe my coach. My guy is. I can't believe you right now. That's like asking is, and we're done, dude. See, Johnny, my mom wants her money back. Apparently, you didn't impress her enough. All right, next person, Andy.
Car Boutique Boys.
Yeah, like everyone else, big thanks to everyone for inviting us on, and it's good to be on a podcast with Paul Dolden at last because he hasn't invited me onto his.
Paul, you screwed the pooch.
No, we've got.
Sorry, these headphones are playing up. I didn't quite catch that last bit.
We've got in through the back door. So here I am, Paul. No, I've been, like Paul, I've been mucking around with cars, valeting. I wouldn't say I was detailing for about 20, 25 years. And then about 5 years ago, I started to buy some stuff from this brand that doesn't exist anymore. Did some videos, and I used to watch, well, I still watch, but I watched Paul Dolden's videos, and I've said to this to him when I had a chat with him at Waxstock, and I saw what he was doing, loved it. And I thought, initially, I thought that looks easy. All right, so I thought I'd give it a go, but it is not easy. It is not just a question of turning a camera on and all that kind of stuff. So I've worked with it, worked hard at it, all self-taught and all that kind of stuff. And started a Facebook group about 4 or 5 years ago, just as a friendly hub for like-minded detailing enthusiasts. And then Instagram came, TikTok came, YouTube channel came, and that's going through a bit of an evolution at the moment. So detailing for about 20 years, really been into the whole content creation bit for about 5 years. And like Johnny just said, it's a great community. I surround myself with positive people. And then there's Johnny as well. It's going really, really well. So, that's me. But like I said, thanks very much for inviting the podcast. I've been really looking forward to seeing what everyone's got to say.
Paul made sure that you got here on time. He texted us. He's like, hey, make sure you invite the boys at TCB. And then Johnny's like, he co-signs it. So it was Paul's idea to have you on here.
Beautiful.
Did
he just text you that, Eddie?
I have it right here. He's like, hey, make sure you tell him this or I'm going to expose you online.
That's it.
I've got the blackmail.
Brilliant.
There you go. So the Car Boutique channel, y'all have been going pretty viral lately. Gotta say, y'all growing real fast.
Yeah, it took, we were doing it for about 4 years and we were slowly going along. And it's not, and I mean this, Joe, it's not about the subs and everything, but you do keep an eye on the subs. We sort of stalled at about 4 or 5,000. And Johnny, I'm going to pick on him all through this, has been pestering me for about a year. I used to release a video, and he used
Paul's nodding his head because Paul knows about all of this.
Like,
Paul pestering people.
Paul probably gets it as well. But Johnny used to phone me up and say, "I mean, can I swear on this, or do I have to tone it down?"
You already got demonetized. Johnny dropped the F word. He screwed my mom. Like it's already done. Like
we chucked that money out of
my mom is like, Mom, if you're watching this, I'll tell Dad later because that's weird.
Don't worry, Mom.
My mum is watching this, so I'm going to tone this. But Johnny used to phone me up and said, "What is that crap?" All right, and then he'd give me 3 hours. I mean, we were up until 2 a.m, and I'd be writing lists and I'd write them down, and then I'd release another video, and he'd phone me up on that one and say, "You're not listening. It's shit. It's boring." Not even Paul Dolden watches it because he thinks your videos are boring as well. And I did that. Honestly, this is all true. And I did that for a year. And then the next sort of change was getting Carl on. And we'll hear from him shortly. As a duo, me and Carl have known each other for 15 years. I don't think you can fake that friendship, that chemistry on the camera. It's easy.
No, he's your balance. I like Carl because he'll go. Yep. You'll be impressed by something. He'll be like, "Nah, doesn't do it for me."
Yeah.
Like he is your balance. He's what Jamie is to me in real life.
He's my yang to my yin and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he came along and it's going really, really well with him. We enjoy it. It's a lot easier. I can get more content out. And Carl's like a sponge. I'm not going to blow sunshine out his ass, but what he's learned in a year is impressive. And then I gave in to Jonny about 4 videos ago. And I said, all right, because I love editing. And I thought, go on then. So we sent him all the...
I just tell him what I said? So basically, they did the Pan the Organizer video, right? And it started to blow up, right? So they had one video, they did the Transporter one, and they did the Pan the Organizer one, right? And the Pan the Organizer one I saw was starting to blow up. So I just turned around to him and said to Andy, I don't give a shit what you say. You've got to get me to edit these next videos because when a channel starts to pick up and starts to gain traction, we've all seen how YouTube works, right? Like you've seen all these YouTubers telling you how to do a channel, right? And so you see like no views, and then you get a spike. And when you get that spike, if you don't capitalize on that spike and you don't up your production levels and all that sort of stuff, then all you're going to get is YouTube's going to say, there you go. But if you don't look after this audience, they'll disappear and they won't even be interested. So you've got to translate that. Very true. I just said to him, look, now is the time for you now's the time. Just give me the bloody footage, right? Give me the footage. Let me edit something. I'll send it back to you. Let me know what you think. And I sent it back to them. And they went, yeah, that's awesome. We'll do that. So we put it out there. And the first video got 120,000 views. Yeah. So because of the setup we've done, I'm not going to lay down these secrets. Paul knows all the secrets because I told Paul the secrets. But there's a certain setup that you can do to YouTube to really maximize this. Mm-hmm. And so we've added some of that. And I think the review market as well is really, really dying right in the UK because it's there's only
like 3 honest of you, like 3 people who's honest in the UK.
Listen,
the rest
this is
can't foam soap.
This is an interesting podcast tonight because I'm going to really get some shit out because there's a lot of stuff. That's
but before you go crazy, can I hear who Carl is?
Yeah. 1 second.
I can see it in your eyes.
Hang on a minute. Who set this podcast up, by the way? Who are you guys? I'm joking.
Eddie, that bit you just saw with Carl getting all excited, Jonny worked on that for about a week to get that effect on it, and that's what everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't get happy. Like he could win the lotto and be like, "That's cool."
Like, I gotta say, getting 120,000 views on a wax is quite impressive.
Shout out to Johnny and the boys for making.
I don't know how you did that.
Eddie, fly the flag for wax.
The thing I'm just going to finish off what I was going to say. I'll let Carl in. I was just going to say, look, there is a sort of a, as Paul will know, like I talk to him every single day. Me and Paul have been chatting now for many years, right? So Paul was the reason why I got into YouTube because I just watched his channel and just thought, I wish I could do that. Does that make sense? And to have him as a friend is unbelievable. Now we're mates, so I'm not going to blow smoke up his ass because we've got a really deep, really good friendship, and like I have with the other boys. But the point I'm trying to make is that they had their moment in the sun, and YouTube said, "There you go." They were the first people to do the Pan the Organizer videos over here, and we know what the Pan the Organizer setup is right now with across the globe. And I think the hate on it at the moment is unbelievably. They're
the most honest.
We can go into that a bit later on because I've got I've got my 5 pence in the machine on that one. But my point is,
I don't know what that means. What's that mean? Hold on.
What that means is like he's deep in the streets. He's about to go hood, dude. That's what that means.
Yeah. People know me. People know me on my. People know my social medias are called BS when it's BS, right? When I'm on Instagram,
right.
a lot of people.
Johnny,
know
we're in the US. When you say 5 pence, I had to Google that just now. You gotta let us.
You gotta slow it down a little bit.
Put a key in the back of me, wind me up, and I'll just go, mate. Don't worry about that.
Just say the word BS. You got it demonetized. My mom hates me.
Yes.
My 2 cents. There we go.
Let me finish this off so Carl can get in. Anyway, I saw the video and I said, look, you got your moment in the sun, guys. Make sure you capitalize on this. Give me the next footage for your next video. I'll pimp this out to the max. I've got this theory of how to do this, and this. Let's just try and see if it works. And the first video did 120K. The second video's done 80K, 50K.
Yeah,
it's kicking off. So now what I said about the review market in the UK, and me and Paul talk about this all the time, right? It's dying because the cesspit we have over here about people just back and forth it's completely divided the review market over here, right? Where we just hate each other on both sides of the fence. There's two sides, right? We're the cool side and they're the ugly side, right? It's as simple as that. There's bitches,
I like it,
and there's us, right? There's some really jealous people out there that just can't stand the fact that I've getting products from companies for free and they get a real amp about it and want to throw their toys out their pram because they're getting 60 views on a video, getting really upset. And so it's made reviewing so toxic. It's ridiculous. And so for me, I've taken Andrew and Carl, who really don't get involved in any of the politics and detailing, right? They're just two guys.
Cannot be asked with it, Johnny, as you know.
They're two guys.
You can tell Carl has no time for it. Look at him.
Carl is just waiting to give his piece. He's like,
he just wants to wax the car, get 100,000 views, call it a day. Easy.
Give us a cheeky wink, Carl. Give us the wink.
Johnny, go ahead.
All right,
the thing is, there's such, as you can see in America, there's such a massive crying out for people to watch reviewing videos, right? Massive cry for it. People are thirsty for reviewing videos. But the thing is, the way we review the market across the whole platform needs shaking up because it's so boring. It's so boring. Hi, I've got this product today, and I'm going to tell you how bad it is. Next minute, I'm going to spoil it on there, and it's 5 mil, and then this. Come on, entertain me, man. Give me some.
Last week, Eddie told me, "Can you make a garage therapy highlight reel?" And I'm like, "I don't have anything yet." So it's all at Eddie's house.
We got you.
I went to the UK videos, and I couldn't find a single entertaining clip of garage therapy. So
it's not. It's just literally. It's as me and Paul know, right? Paul's one of the best commentators on a detailing video you can find in the UK, right? Because if you watch Paul's videos,
I close my eyes and I'm like, talk dirty to me, Paul, because
exactly, baby.
Voice.
The two finger wheel mitt is always trending on Paul's channel. It's innuendo bingo, baby. And so my point is that we need to make as a detailing community, English, UK, bloody Australian, wherever you are, let's make it fun because we want to make this accessible for everybody, right? So the Car Boutique now, it's become more of a series, more of a show, more engaging, more fun. And if even Paul can watch it, we know we're doing well. Because if it crosses over, right? If it crosses over, brands are loving it because the fact that it's making it engaging and people want to watch it. So whether you like wax or not, I've got clients in my chair having a haircut, watching these videos, laughing their tits off, and they don't even know how to wax a car. So it's that kind of stuff. And so the channel's now benefiting from it. And everyone around me, like Paul, people like that, I'm helping sprinkle this bit of stuff, and it's all going there. So Carl, over to you, buddy. What do you think of that?
I'm just going to say one.
Carl, can we do this, Carl? Because you're dead to everybody. Heal the world.
I'm going now. All right, I'm done.
One super quick thing I'll say, then we'll hand over to Carly's. But I think this isn't the blow sunshine up the Johnny show. But one thing he also does is, if I said to him, I'm going to edit the next one, he'll let me. So it's a collaboration. But what he's doing is he's teaching me about editing. He's teaching me about the attention editing style, the SEO development. And that's where the gain is. Okay, it's not just me saying, I want Johnny to do our editing so we get loads of views. And that's not what Johnny's about at all. He's been after, I think it was ever since the Ava video, wasn't it, Johnny? About a year and a bit ago. He's been pestering me. So it's a learning curve.
I just want people to succeed.
Which is great.
Paul's known me long enough, Paul. How many times have I told you stuff about certain things because I want your channel to be bigger rather than smaller, or rather than I want me to be better than you?
It's encouragement. And by the way, Carl's beard was brown half an hour ago. He's gone grey.
Not anymore.
Hey, Carl, who's Carl? It's like a phantasma.
Who's that geezer down? Is he the mediator?
We got to know who Carl is before we go ahead, Paul. You answer your question to Carl. I got to know about you.
Go, Carl. Come on.
This better be good, Carl.
That's enough from Carl. Right, back to me.
Back to Paul. Back to Paul.
Go on, Carl. Go for it.
I suppose where it all began for me, I've certainly not been detailing as long as any of these gents. My journey really started when I got my car that I have now, and I wanted to look after it properly. So I started diving into sort of the YouTube side, watching people like Paul. I've watched all of Paul's videos since then. Obviously I could tap into Andy because we worked with each other, and it sort of all started to snowball, I suppose, and my want for knowledge carried on from there. And then I think it was the summer of 23, I think it was. Andy invited me to join him in one of his videos, which was the Dodo Juice one, if I remember rightly. That was the first one. And it just sort of ran from there. And because me and Andy have known each other so long, and we've worked together and everything else like that, it just seemed to hit off for us. And as you alluded to, Eddie, you can tell when within the videos if I'm loving a product or if I'm not loving the product. It's quite blatantly seen on my face.
Coming out soon. Wait till you see the outtakes.
We've edit out when Carl doesn't like something because he doesn't.
There has been
how it is. And I said,
there's a couple of cases where Andy's told me off because I've been probably too brutally honest on the camera.
Well, yeah, you have the I'll kill you in your sleep look. You have the look that you'll go, you do this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I put some modem noises over that just so that you can hear Carl thinking. Do you know what I mean?
And he doesn't say much. If he likes it, he'll be like, "Oh wow, bloody!" And then the next time he's like,
you can see some videos where I'm probably not the most animated in it, and you know straight away that it's not floating my boat. And but you've seen in like things like I suppose the Caterpillar video, that Ghost Wax one. In fact, the very recent one, that Swippy Wax one, where if something impresses me, you hear it in my voice, you see it in my actions. It's a lot of it's visual for me in my excitement. Admittedly, it does sometimes sound like sex noises. I don't know how that even comes into it.
Said that was only 2 minutes long.
My wife thinks I'm having a wank or something like that when she's watching the videos, but it's not. However, it's
very hydrophobic.
Like I said, I get quite excited for a good product. So it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the learning. I enjoy going to Waxstock and catching up with everybody and just having those chats. And
if you go back and watch some of Carl's first videos, right, it was like, I remember when he first started with Andrew, he was, ever seen Talladega Nights where it's Ricky Bobby doing an interview and it's like, yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Don't. If people watch it,
I just want to kiss a baby. Then next minute,
with my hands.
Now
I'm doing that with my hands because I still don't know what to do with my hands.
And now he's like kissing babies
myself on a video. It's not a good idea. So.
Yeah, Carl, you and Andy together make a dynamic duo. Because I wait for your response because Andy's all in. Like Andy's getting in there, and I just wait for your response. If it's good, I'll keep watching. If it's a flop, I turn it off. I'm like, this is a flop. He hates it. He hates it. Like even after you do like the hydrophobic test, it's like he'll be like, if he says, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not watching it. I'm not getting it.
It's me and Andy have spent many nights before and after we've done videos, and if it excited us, we talk about that product for quite a while afterwards and all that. So the excitement's still there afterwards. However, when what you don't see sometimes offline, if it's something the product's not gone, he goes, the camera comes off and Andy goes, I can tell now you were not impressed by that. It's like, it wasn't. I can't say how it is. Like,
can I just ask a question? Would anyone be upset if they'd done a video, or if anyone done a video where the product wasn't that good? Because I know Pan has a big thing where he he won't put anything on his channel. He's been using stuff, and he won't do a video until he knows it's good product. So what happens is you end up just creating content all the time about good products. But I don't see what the problem with that. That should be the norm. You should just go on there and do a video about. I
made a video, Johnny, where we nuclear bombed Liquid Elements, and
what happened? They came back,
and then they came back. We were at MTE.
Feedback's always good.
He came back, grabbed me by my neck, like I thought, bro. I was like, "Who's this?" And he's like, he started yelling my name. You heard my effing soul. He says, "Come to the table." Yeah, and he redid the product. So I think there's give and take. I think honesty without being a douchebag is what you should be, right? Like if the product's not good, people rely on, especially you guys, like Paul. I watch Paul's stuff. I watch all you guys. People rely on you guys to be honest, because if you're not being honest about a product being good or not,
if the product works and you know the product's been working because you've worked with it for like I do the garage therapy stuff, right? It's like I know it's going to work, so it's like, what do I do? Just go, hello, this is decon shampoo.
No, but show me how to use it. Talk about
chemistry nowadays. I think with chemistry nowadays and how the advancement in the detailing product world, it is getting harder and harder to find products that don't.
It's so competitive.
Impress in some way. So it is getting more difficult to find essentially crap products.
That's the skill in being a reviewer.
Well, you guys keep using the same thing. That's why. If you branch out a little bit, you'll be like, that product sucks balls. Like if you branch out, for real, Johnny, like so you talk about the UK has it. You guys are blessed, right? You got more citrus than Donald Trump finding debt.
Listen, I could name and shame some brands I don't even touch over here.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, you guys are blessed, right? So when we're looking at brands to bring over, we have to go to the UK. We have to see the reviews. And then when some products don't even get reviews for 30 years, or someone can't make soap foam. You don't know what's true.
You're still heading. You're still hung up on that, aren't you?
Like for me, it's like I'm triggered by. I get pissed off by everything. I wake up pissed off, right? So I'm sitting here.
You should have our own pissed off show.
So like I'm thinking like we across the pond spent a lot of money bringing everyone over. It's hard to gauge what is good because we trust you guys,
that's
right?
Why I was in your DM saying, listen, let me tell you the truth about the UK, mate. I was like, listen, before you start spending all your money and going bananas, you need to speak to the people who have tested this day in, day out.
Yeah, but some people don't tell the truth, Johnny. You know this. Some people, you ask them, it could be an amazing product. They're still going to point me to the one brand that everything gets compared to, like it's Jesus. There's only one Jesus, by the way. There's only one God, right? But everything gets pointed to that. So I'm just saying, we trust you guys, and we have to review you guys to make decisions for us because we don't know.
I think, Eddie, you've made some good decisions because I looked at your website. Okay, you've just taken on board, obviously, Garage Therapy. You took on Maldeep a few months ago, which we've reviewed. Good, strong products. I haven't tried them myself, but Yum, I think you do Yum as well, didn't you?
Yep.
You do that as well.
We're calling that the UK Trinity.
Labo Cosmetica, which, as Eddie knows, was my favorite brand last year. But going back to the thing about, do we fall into the trap of always producing positive results? I know watching all Paul's videos that Paul does critique stuff. Okay, if
he'll slay it.
Go look at his videos. But he'll do it in a professional way that's not going to damage the livelihood of someone. He'll say it wasn't quite what I expected, or it's not as potent as others. That's the polite way of saying it. But I can remember, I think it was Jonny said to me that, is there any worth? I know someone put in the comments, I want to know what's good and what's crap. And as reviewers, we should do a review and it's crap. We should say it's crap.
Using it.
But would you feel, and this is a question for everyone, if you invested 15 minutes in watching a product review and right at the end they said it was crap, what have you got out of that video? Because most people will watch a video hoping that you're going to recommend it because they've invested.
For me, I watch how do you apply it? Where is he at? What was the conditions? And I'm like, his conditions are different from mine. And maybe I'm on the spectrum, right? Maybe I have an Asperger's. That's how I watch it. And if I get to the end of it and Carl's like, this is crap, and Paul Dolden says it's a nice, kind voice, and he does start stuttering because that man never stutters, I'm not buying it. It's just how it is, right? So
you got different categories there, Eddie. You've got product perverts, right? And I see a lot of them in watching the House of Rags. There's people out there who just buy anything that's new. They're like that. Need it. Get it into me. I want it now. I'm not a gremlin. I want that product. Then you've got people who are generally the majority of people are people who detail their own cars at home, have got a problem with their car, and they're searching for how to remove a scratch from a vehicle, how to machine polish for beginners, what's the best snow foam for my car, right? So what that is, that's not people who are going to sit down every week and go, I love the Jonny Shiell detailing channel, I love the Car Boutique channel, I love the Paul Dolden channel. This is people who are trying to fix something. It's like the old school YouTube videos of like, I need to get a code of my BMW fixed. How do I fix this code of my BMW? And there's just some geezer with a shaky potato can going, just type this code in and it'll be fixing it. So I think the majority of people that watch these videos have just found something on their Google and said, this does this, or Turtle Wax does that, this does this. Does it work? So they're not going on there for Forensic John and all of us to go, we're going to test it against this, and this to see if it works. It's like you're confusing the consumer. It's like, this is the product you want, this is the product you need, and the video's out there because it works. So yes, we're thumbs up.
And Jonny, how do you feel about like, and this is for everybody, like the people who should get Emmys for the fake shit they put out? So like you'll see them do stuff, you're like,
no, but
I never got that kind of results. Or man, they're rubbing that in real hard, like it's a struggle.
I get it, but that's just what I said about there's them and us when it comes to the UK detailing sector. There's them who just find any negative thing to say about a product, and then there's us who always finds a way of showing you as content creators and as a full-time detailer to tell you, you use it this specific way, it will work really well for you. And this is like going on to the Garage for Every products. There is a lot of Easter eggs in there that you guys might not even find yet that are in there. Does that make sense? So we've got to make the content better to show you the Easter eggs. So, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I can use if I'm going to wash my car every single day, right? Every day I wash my car because I just love washing my car. If I use Car Plan or Demon Shine or whatever it is over in where you are, whether it's the weakest piss stuff you could put on your car, right? It's still going to clean your car. So like it's being a detailer is all about using the products in the right environment, right? So if you're washing a car every day, washing up liquid or Dawn or whatever it is going to work for your car. It might strip the wax, but it still works. So everything has to be about the user, and I think it's about the fact that if you've got one user and another user, and they're completely different countries, completely different cultures, completely different skill sets, they'll get different out of it. So the reason why Paul Dolden's successful, the Car Boutique's successful, Specky McSporran, all these kind of people, because they're normal fellas that do this as a part-time job, giving the consumer a consumer-based opinion on a product, not a detailer's professional opinion.
I think the world needs both, though. Would everybody agree? Like, Paul, what do you guys think? I think we need both.
We're not here to judge who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
My point is, it's about everyone's right. Yeah. So your opinion is just your opinion. It's down to the consumer to do their bloody research, because Paul's done a review, Carl's done a review, Andy's done a review, Specky's done a review. All these guys done reviews. It's the consumer's fault for not checking all the other videos that all correlate.
Deep in the house.
The last thing. Do your research. So it's not down to the specific reviewer to be right or wrong. It's about the person giving the right information to make sure that they can make a decision. And at the end of the day, shampoo's about £9. It's about $12, whatever it is.
It's a £9. I was like,
it's not breaking your bank. So if you're really struggling to find a good shampoo out there and you want to spend £12, if you're going to sit in the comment section like a gremlin and say, I didn't find that works, mate. That ratio's all wrong, buddy.
It's all wrong.
That didn't work for me. My hair fell out when I touched that. It's like, come on, mate. You know what I mean?
What happened to you then, Jonny? Is it?
You just went all Harry Potter then. What happened there?
I've never watched say about all this. We gotta get Paul's perspective.
I told you, put a coin in me, boys, and I'll just keep going.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I'm interrupting now. Okay.
I'll step up.
I'm going to come to Paul in a second, but it's interesting to see what you said about there's certain channels, and this is my own admission. I used to watch, as you said, the first channels I ever watched was Paul Dolden, and I'm not bigging him up, but it was. I've told him that face to face. I used to watch them all. And I get what Eddie's asking about, it depends what your motivation for doing your channel is. Is it to educate? Is it to entertain? Those two videos will be different. Are you doing YouTube as a mechanism to achieve something else? Okay. And that there's lots of people do YouTube for various reasons. Ego's in there. A stepping stone for something else is in there. Because they love detailings in there and all that kind of stuff.
Some of them thinking they're going to be paying the organizer in about 3 years.
I know.
I get a lot of it going, I'm going to give up my job. I'm like,
Don't talk about Carl. Carl's in the room. Carl's in the room, Jonny. Don't talk about that. I now watch religiously 3 YouTube channels, and that's it. I watch all the Carb Cheat guys, but there's only 3 other YouTube channels I watch every single one, and it's down to the honesty. I trust them. You know what I mean? I trust them because I'm not going to invest in my time to watch what could be an advertising channel. So there's trust, and it's interesting. I'd like to think. I look at what I look for to trust someone's review. You know, Paul's, Heather from Autocar HQ. I trust their review. I trust their review. I trust what Jonny says. I don't think you can but not trust Jonny because he says how it is. And you know if it's shit, he's going to say it's shit. So even as another reviewer, I see through the bullshit, but it's difficult. And I do sometimes worry about the more, I'm not going to say naive potential customer, but a customer who isn't as aware of YouTube, whether they could be duped by some of this false promises, these false claims as well. So Eddie raises a valid point. You know, and Jonny said it, buyer beware. You know, don't just watch my channel. Don't just
it's like if I give you a bottle of aspirin, you're not going to take the whole effing bottle. Like you just take what you need, right? But at the end of the day, they have to be able to trust you to make some decisions because we're living in a world of reviews. If you're hungry and you're in a different state or country or anything, what do you do first? You look it up on where? On an app, Yelp, and you're saying what? Does it have how many reviews, right? Has X amount of reviews. I'm going to go with this one because it has what? Higher reviews. Has anybody ever ate at a restaurant that was 3 stars reviews versus something that was 5 or 4? No.
Yeah.
No, it's just that. What does Paul think? Because he has a ceramic coating with his name on it.
I got some ceramic coating on my head. It's very shiny, isn't it? I apologise for that. The one thing that people are missing as well is you've got to remember that detailing products, there is thousands and thousands of products, but you've got to remember there is a baseline rule: 90% application, 10% product.
Absolutely.
And people forget that. And like Jonny said earlier about washing your car with dish soap or whatever, and this is where brands like Gary's Therapy come in. And we mention a lot on our podcast. We're always mentioning them, and there's numerous others, and Mold Deep, another one that's just popped up. We mention them because the level of where they've got to be so good, these products have got to be so good for them to stand out above anything else. There's a culture of white label products in the UK. There was, at one point after the pandemic, I know I'm going to rewind time here, but after the pandemic, we had literally something like 40 odd brands in the January of that year starting out, and they've disappeared. They've gone, you know. And this was all people getting black bottles with white labels and just starting up a detailing company with some basic products. But the market is so tough now, so tough. And this is why you will see big names out there. And then there's certain YouTubers which will only pick big names because they know they're going to get the clickbaity titles. They know they're going to get the view counts. And I think, just to go back to the gentleman down the bottom here, the lovely guys from TCB, the reason their channel is doing so well, obviously because Jonny's doing a fantastic job with the editing, but is the chemistry there. So you're being entertained. You're being informed about products, and that gives you an idea to make a decision on the purchase at the end of that video. There is no point in just watching a guy say, this snow foam is fantastic, this quick detail is fantastic, because you won't watch him again. Now, how I do my videos, I'll do a job. So I'll do either a customer's car or my own car, and the actual results of what you visually see on the day, so you can make a decision. Once the B-roll's gone, you know, all the shots at the end of the video, and I go back to the Pratt Cave, talk about the products, then you can make your decision. And I will say, just be careful of this. Maybe this needs to be a bit stronger. It wasn't the best. It left this streak on the back. It did this. Tar and glue remover, it's not the best. And then if the company wants to get back to me and say, look, we're going to ramp it up, we're going to make it stronger, then brilliant. Companies do that. They do actually get back to you, but there is a lot of companies out there that just want airtime. They see big channels, and you guys at the TCB, the channel is cooking on gas, it's flying, and you will get brands literally just come down like magpies and go, hey guys, we love what you're doing. Do you fancy, trying this? And you'll get a lot of product.
All I ask is that these gentlemen down, these 3 right here, just keep it real. Just be yourself. Carl, you keep hating what you hate. You keep foaming the soap.
Let me tell you something behind the scenes, right? There's only I can count on my hand.
What's he going to tell? What's he going to talk about us? Because I worry. Sorry to interrupt you, Jonny. I worry because we shoot all our video on the day. I don't even watch the video. I send it all to Jonny. So there's us talking offline, saying this, saying that. Jonny's got the lot, so we are never going to fall out because we're going to be held to ransom. I can't think
he's got all the blackmail
Jonny's got on his laptop.
That's funny.
You should see me and Paul's fucking WhatsApp. If anyone gets their hands on that, Jesus Christ. I'll tell you the biggest problem, but this is the thing that I was wanting to talk about as well. This is what I wanted to talk about tonight, right? Is that I'm so jealous of the American detailing market because what I see from the outside doesn't always mean behind the scenes, but I'm so heavily invested in the politics of the UK detailing. And I know I've been in Pam's DMs for a bit for certain situations for the negativity and stuff. But, you know, like the politics over here can be quite toxic at times, right? And I've got 5 really strong guys behind me. I've got Paul, Carl, Andy Fraser. I've got Epic Dave. You know, Specky's in the crew. There's a few of us out there, right, that do stuff. And do you know what breaks my heart over here? That makes it really difficult is that
Yum in the house.
We've all tried. Us, the Ghost guys have just said we've all tried. We all tried to collaborate with each other as much as possible. I've done the Oi Oi podcast, had loads of people on from bits and pieces all over the place. I just love networking and chatting to everyone about detailing because I just love detailing. I've found it so difficult in the UK market, and this is where I'm really with you guys with the House of Rags is just getting everyone together and mix it together. That's why when I said about doing a podcast with you guys, I was like, let's get TCB on, let's get Paul on, let's get these boys on, let's get them all on, let's just have a chat because we love chatting about it. We spend every day. I talk to these guys more. I talk to my bloody family every day about snow foams, products, video editing, the whole 9 yards. It's like we are so deep in it. But it's a shame because we could all collaborate with each other. But the US market are collaborating. Like Ivan's coming with Pan and then blah, 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 blah. We are so backwards over it. We like, I'm not collaborating with you because you might get more views than me, and oh my, you might steal my followers. It's like the audience is the audience. Like it doesn't matter who's subscribed to you. Like
that's right.
Does anyone not realize that detailing is the one thing that should prosper? Like not us, not our channel.
Correct.
The people after us. We're here to pave the path for the next generation. It's not about us. It's about growing the industry so you guys get more jobs in.
So Johnny, say
a lot of people miss that part.
Yeah,
they just forget about it. We love detailing. We love Paul. If Paul wasn't detailed for 3 weeks, he's on the phone to me going, "I'm tired. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I want to shoot a dog. I've just washed the car. Fuck me. I've just come. Right? I'm living my life. Does that make sense?
What did the dog do?
Yeah,
I do that during the videos.
Great.
But,
Sorry,
don't talk about hamsters and gerbils, the Paul.
But the thing is,
you know what I mean? You get what I mean? Though? Detailing is the one that should prosper, right? It should be
exactly. That's why
detailing.
me and Andy have purposely, and Andy said it right at the beginning. I couldn't give a flying fuck about the politics of detailing. I genuinely can't. I don't. It doesn't.
I do my best to wind them up.
See what you get on the video. All I want to do is I want to clean a car, test the products, and tell people, and people generally hear my thoughts. If it's exciting, very much hear it on the product, and that's it. I don't care about any of the other stuff. It just doesn't interest me whatsoever, and that's why I think me and Andy have so much fun on the videos. We're not cared about that. You know, if our next load of videos don't get what we've been getting at the moment, we don't care because we've enjoyed the process of testing that product and having a laugh whilst we're doing it. That's, you know, sometimes there's been, we've had some of our outtakes come out on our YouTube channel because that's generally because it takes a whole day to film because we're fooling around half the time, and I have to correct Andy quite often.
Absolutely, that's Jonny is right though, and you know, if we're being open and honest, this is the first podcast I've agreed to do because, and Jonny knows this, is because I can't, you know, I got into this about 4 or 5 years ago, and this is my perception. There was a golden period of YouTubers sort of 5-10 years ago. Okay. And I got the impression anyone trying to break in about 4 or 5 years ago was always going to be pushed out. Okay. And there was this central core of YouTubers in the UK. And I was disappointed in that.
Club mentality.
Absolutely. And there are still remnants of that now. So at that point, I just stopped engaging with most people. And I said to Carl when he came on, I don't care what everyone's done. There's a new release out. Everyone goes off and reviews it. And Jonny knows this. We deliberately, Jonny says we should because it's topical. But I've said, no, we're not going to do it. That's why we went to Katiba, you know, the Spashan wax, the Fireball stuff. We are deliberately not falling into that. It's topical at the moment. Let's do a review. We'll get
it's
loads
working.
of
Is what's crazy. Like
Bill Hammer.
Viral.
Little Hammer. Don't get me started.
That's it. That's his opinion. That's not my opinion. That's his
Answer.
3 at the bottom. They're in the UK. So
not reflections. Not reflect on Thor.
But Johnny's right. You're getting it right, and that's why I started, you know, talking to you guys at Thor. You're collaborating with everyone. You know, you've got UK. I mean, the perverseness of the UK scene is I know Pan's on at the moment. We did the Pan the Organizer first YouTube review. The amount of messages that I got saying, you know, why are you selling your soul? Why are you reviewing Pan and all that? Absolutely. And I just totally ignored it. It is unbelievable. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Can I just say this? I want Paul to jump in
again, Johnny.
I've got a question for Paul, but I want to jump on this. How can anyone be so pissed off at Pan for bettering his life?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Like, and he said, what is wrong with you?
If you listen to his podcast, the podcast he did recently, it was released yesterday, and I've talked to via Johnny. Johnny put us in contact. This is the Big Up Johnny show, isn't it? You'll have to edit half of this crap out. I talked to him for about an hour, okay, and he's just trying to better himself. He's a motivated individual that wants to do well. If he thinks his products are the best, he's not going to say they're not the best. You know, the fact that he gave himself some awards.
I'm going to say this last bit, and I'm going to keep quiet for the next part because I want everyone can get their opinion. But I want to say this. Can I just say this for a fact, right? And this has been pissing me off for a while. John Forensic is crying his proper tits off at the moment on his channel about all these fucking views he's not getting, and he's getting upset, right? He's upset that he's not getting any views. He's going to quit his channel. Listen, John, if you're listening and watching this, right? I watched you during lockdown, and you inspired me, right, to be a fucking creator and a YouTuber. And I watched your channel every day, and I bought every Built Hammer product under the sun, right? Let me tell you, it's your job as a creator to make content creative. It doesn't mean that you have to be. The industry needs to create more products. There's been no innovation. It's nonsense. If that was the case, why does Pan do videos every Saturday, every week, twice a week, right? And Pan was backing you up, John, for a long, long time, basically, saying he was backing you. You two guys were leading the way back in the day on reviews. And then, right? And now you're going against him on his products. Because of what? I mean, get a grip, mate. Make better content, for fuck's sake. Get a grip and grow a pair.
We got a soapbox for John.
Get some wax on then.
The thing is, John was an innovator, and we love John's stuff, but he's fucking
somebody save him.
And it's just a Built Hammer show now. So come on, man. Like, we all know you're getting paid. Just say it.
Everybody leave the chat. Johnny, run the rest of it.
Jesus Christ. I mean, but the thing is, I don't care because it doesn't matter to me because detailing ain't going to make me that much money. So it don't matter to me. I've got nothing in the game. Right? I've got no skin in the game. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'll call you as it is. You motivated me to create my own channel. You're one of the people I looked up to. You created a whole stream of people.
Hate mail. Right.
Not me. This guy.
He's doing a really good job.
Hate mail.
Bring him up.
Hey, let me just finish on this point, right? And I'll finish this point. Right. Pan has been consistent the whole way through compared to you, John. He's still doing it every week, every month, and Sundays. He's still doing it, right?
Don't miss a beat.
So at the end of the day, don't hate on people who are succeeding. Push them and make them better.
Hey, Johnny, real quick, because let's have a moment of silence, okay?
Moment of silence. We gotta put Johnny.
You feel better.
Let's have a moment of silence.
He's thirsty.
For a while, man.
Let's light a candle.
Light a candle. Hey, changing the subject.
I'm out
because we're not. That was climax. That was it. That was it. Enough said right there. Wax. Convince me why we need some wax in the store.
We've seen the last couple of videos. Right. That explains it all. It gives you orgasms. Come on.
Paul, do you mind me going for this one first on wax? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah.
Right. So massive.
Paul's confused as to what happened in the last 5 minutes, so he's composing himself.
Right. Eddie's with me on this. The question was why wax? Right. So wax is dead. You hear it all the time. From a professional detailer, I think it resonated. I think Specky said wax stop that he doesn't get anyone come in to ask him to do a wax. And from a professional detailer point of view, it's probably rare that someone comes in and says, "Can you 2-stage machine polish my vehicle and then put a wax on?" It's usually, a
ceramic coating or
a spray on sealant or anything, or if they go through paint correction, ceramic coating, all that kind of stuff. So from a professional point of view, I think we've evolved. From a enthusiast, someone, and you've heard me say this before, for an enthusiast, someone who enjoys the process and is not limited by time, there is nothing more cathartic and relaxing about applying a wax. You get the scent, the feel, your massage.
Thank you. You put your favorite music on, you think about your wife in the wedding night, and you get to work.
It's like foreplay. It's like foreplay.
Yes.
You're running your hands over the contours of the vehicle and everything. You can't get that by a ceramic coating, a suede applicator, or a block and doing a crosshatch. You can't get it. And the warm glow, and I said this on a comment yesterday, the warm glow, the depth, the finish you get from a really good wax, I've yet to emulate with any spray-on sealant, ceramic coating. Ceramic coating gives too much of a clinical finish to me. Don't say anything, Johnny. I'm passionate about wax. There is a time and a place for car wax, and if you want
some energy in this podcast, I love it. It's some juice. Let's go.
If you want enjoyment, if you want to enjoy the process from the glass jar, the pour, the smell, the everything.
Thank you.
Know what I mean? It's car wax. It's car wax, and it gives
and Andy too. If you want to feel what your dad or your grandpa or great grandpa felt when they got the first bottle of turtle wax, and they were outside in a hot ass sun, and they chamoised their car with little chamois, and they're sitting there on a Saturday, didn't care about the kids. My dad was sitting there on a Saturday washing his car, and you understand now at that moment, the last 6 days of his life that he was working to kill himself to pay the bills, was gone. He's doing this.
100%. Amen.
Absolutely. He's doing this. And he's wiping it off. And he's taking pride in it. And he's seeing it for the first time. The glow. And he's driving the truck that it was probably like a Pinto. My dad had a Pinto and he still waxed that mug and he took pride in it. It's the joy of waxing a car and finding yourself. What happened the last week? I don't care. I'm waxing this car for an hour.
I think Paul's one of the best ones.
He was right, wasn't he?
Yeah, Andy. I think Paul's actually one of the best ones to talk about because at the moment he's obviously doing cleaning for fun and for his videos. However, he's also doing the professional side, and he's probably got the best of both worlds in respect for this answer.
Mm-hmm. Go, Paul.
Right. Okay. Let me answer this one. So waxing is the equivalent to a bottle of wine, whereas ceramic coating is a can of Red Bull.
Oh man!
Mic drop! Mic drop!
Someone's been practicing
t-shirts out.
I love Red Bull.
It's organic. It's organic. It's like having your favorite beer, and you're absolutely right. You put some music on. Say, where my Pratt cave is, I've got Bluetooth speakers in there. I can put some music on. You wax a car. It's going to take longer, but there is a warm glow because it's organic. And with things like synthetics and synthetic sealants and wet coats and ceramics, they're very clinical. Yes, they're going to last a long time. You know that wax is going to die in 3 weeks, maybe a week if it's a show wax, but it's the smell. It's getting it out of the box, reading a limited edition label, putting it back in on the shelf. It's just, and choosing a wax as well, because we've all got loads of waxes. We've got more wax than we have, anything else. I just think, I've got probably 50 different waxes, and I can't crack the lid on that one because it's limited edition. Okay, I'll use a different wax, and they're really special. And I think when it comes to classic cars, if it's a classic car with single stage paint, that's when I'll reach for a wax because it's got that warm, natural glow. And rather than get a synthetic sealant or something that's just easy, and there is something about ceramic, and I think ceramic coat in a car it's a bit of a non-event, isn't it? It's like you do all that
money.
machine polish.
It's just money, Paul. That's all it is.
Yeah, and you get to the end after doing like 20 hours of machine polishing, and it's just like, yeah, right, okay, well that's done. And it's just not the same, is it? The only downside is waxing is hard work and it's time consuming. But I think it's more or less. I don't think many customers go for waxes these days. There's not many, but wax. That term wax, everyone knows that term. They don't know that. They kind of know the word ceramic, but the wax is definitely an old school term, isn't it? It's definitely an old school. But
let's hear from this guy. Let's hear why this man, my partner, who I've been trying to buy waxes from everybody. Let's hear from this guy. No. Let's go back. Tell us why you suck.
So waxes are generally a little bit more expensive. $30, $60 for a little can. Get
How many
out
cars?
there. Look, it's also 100 degrees in the swamp. So you're out there, you're waxing on, you're waxing off, you're sweating. I've never had a good experience with wax. So
it's
send
like
me the best wax.
isn't it? It's like sex then, isn't it? You're working hard and you're sweating.
I could do ceramic coating, make better results, 3 times the profit.
A ceramic coating is a great business model for retailers to sell to their customers who don't care about washing their car every week, and it protects the vehicle for longer. A wax is for a guy who loves looking after his own car, who wants to replace it every 3 months. Like Andrew's got over 500 waxes, and that's his golf course, that's his golf game, that's his tennis court, that's his whatever it is, that's his place of worship. So that's a wax is a place of worship. A ceramic coating is for something that's going to last that bit longer for someone who doesn't really maintain their car as much and can give the extra protection to protect the paint for longer. There's a place for all of it. But I definitely think since I watched the TCB channel, I've become really, really interested in waxes. And it goes back to what I said to Andrew. I said, why are you reviewing pressure washers when all you talk about is wax? Why are you reviewing all these other products, the cleaning products, when all you love and you've got over 500 waxes? Why is your channel going all over the place when it should be just on LSPs and wax?
Well, I watched this one guy in the States detailed breakdown. He started doing the fireball, what was it called, cherry blossom wax. I don't know if you guys use that. And man, I watched that video like 10 times.
I know the video you're on about. Eddie.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I watched his garage. Yes, and I saw his hydrophobics, and I'm like, dang, bro. Like, how much money do I gotta pay Jamie to be on board? Like, this is like, when can we start giving people what they want? Please.
Hey, Jody said he's gonna send some over. So
when it's a wax, like Andy said, Paul said, and Eddie is saying when you use them, it's ceramic. We've tested a lot of ceramics last year. We used Garage Therapy. That was a fantastic ceramic. We've used a few others, but me and Andy, we always go back to waxes because actually, Andy, I'm going to blame here, is the reason that I've now got a slight addiction to acquiring waxes. I've now got my own wax chiller.
So jealous.
Wax chiller.
I've converted it to a wax chiller. But
Jamie, we're going to convert you, mate. We're going to convert because they've converted me. I was a ceramic coating guy from the day dot, mate, and it's like since I started watching their channel with the waxes, it's interesting
just
in
a whole cathartic experience. You get a good wax that is easy to apply, easy to remove, but what makes applying that wax is that whole. There you go. There's the smile I put.
Look at Carl's smile. That's the first time I've seen him smile in all his videos.
And
until you see him smell it.
It's ghost wax. But it's that whole cathartic. As you're applying it, if you get a good wax with a good scent, and as you're applying it, you're getting that scent hitting you, smacking you in the face. It's going on lovely. It's just such a joy to do.
I think wax is coming. But listen, with the car boutique stuff we're doing, I think wax is going to come back, guys. I really do. I think the passion of it. If it's converted me to wanting to do waxing now, and I've seen it where I could put it into operation, my business as well. Like,
look at that!
I see the glow.
We're going to be sending all the waxes that have been reviewed on the Car Boutique channel to Paul to play with, because I think it's important to get other creators, and by the way, only the people that I trust are going to get involved with this, because it's one of those things where. We want the right people to review the product because we know it's going to be organic and it's going to be a real review, rather than actually just people just poo-pooing it for any reason. So Paul, if he wants to review, it's up to him. But getting Paul's opinion on ghost wax, on Paul's opinion on the Swippy wax for his channel as well is going to be important, because I think Paul, you've been doing this for 18 years, right? So how have you seen the changes in this industry in the last 18 years, from products to sealants to when you first started doing cars? Because you're a big classic car fan, right? So how has this industry changed in that time?
I think it's gone full circle, to be honest with you. I think we had a thing where ceramics, everyone, it was SiO2. It was all over the place in the last couple of years. It's now sort of fading away a little bit. SiO2 hybrid detailers, SiO2 wet coats, SiO2 everything, and then graphene came along.
Graphene. I think the jump to try and push graphene really actually hindered the ceramic boom.
Yeah, and graphene just didn't take off because we found out there was a minuscule percentage of graphene to make a graphene product. It made no difference to the product whatsoever, and it just didn't work. So I think it's changed. The industry's changed in the fact that we were on this roller coaster after COVID, which is obviously what 4.5 years ago, and it kind of hit this point where everyone was turning into a detailer. People were quitting their jobs. They weren't going back. Yep. They were buying a van. They were getting a big bank loan. They were putting money against their house. And then they found out just how tough it is and just how hard it is. And then that slope's sort of gone now. And now we did plateau a few months ago. And now we kind of see it go back up again, especially in the UK. So the waxing is like a resurgence. It's getting people back out there to go and do their car, liquid wax, paste wax, whatever. Is it going to stay? Possibly, but it's not a fad because it's always been there.
It's been around for hundreds of years. It's always
exactly like you said before, Eddie. You know, our dads were waxing cars. This is probably why they died early of rheumatoid arthritis.
My greatest memory, Paul, was seeing my dad play Tito Puente outside. Spanish music, by the way, guys, because I know you guys are UK. You don't know that, right? It's like the Beatles. It's like the Beatles for y'all. But
is that like the Gypsy Kings?
Yeah. And I just remember Paul like just staring at him wax his car, man, for hours. He didn't care how hot it was, and he lived in Florida at the time. He didn't care how humid it was.
And just on a side note, the reason why Carl and Andy's channel is doing so well, the best times you can have, and I don't know if Jamie and Eddie are going to agree, and the rest of us, the best time I've ever had is cleaning a car with a friend.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh yeah. When Jamie comes into town, it's the best detailing experience of my life.
It's amazing.
Exactly.
It's the best.
Yep.
It's the best.
You one side, you at the front, one at the back, you know, and it's great. And you can do that in other things as well.
So Paul, just quickly, because Eddie and Jamie are buying up the whole of the UK market for products right now. Like they're obviously getting their bank balance is absolutely wham at the moment, and everyone's holding their hands out. So your channel has over 250 videos on it, right? Where you can go back. If anyone in the comments is real, if you're a real product pervert, right, and you love products and you buy everything out there, then you have got a whole back catalogue of Paul Dolden for the last 7 or 8 years doing so many different products in there. So Paul,
big collars and flares in those videos.
So yeah, he actually has. He actually got hair. So give me. This is a tough question for you. I'm going to go with it because your channel was based on the cottage industry, based on really promoting UK unknown products in the market. So give me some products that these guys haven't used yet that you think are up to standard. Not, you know, as in like you would buy yourself.
Blimey, how long you got? And the mile deep stuff. The mile deep. If you've tried any mile deep stuff, then try it. Definitely Gary Therapy. Gary Therapy. There isn't many brands out there which have.
The US just don't know yet. The US don't. I see all these built hammer videos. Just don't know yet.
I know.
They just don't know.
There's a company called Squid Ink. They make some stonking products as well.
Yeah.
There is
a lot of balloting, waxing away.
Can I tell you three men? Can I tell you 3 men or your 4 men? What I feel like for me, Paul, when I watch your videos and you came out the Pine Lab coating, what made me get into Mile Deep was Tim told me about it, but then I watched Andy's video. And that was good enough because Carl appreciated it. And then I feel like we have the best. This is my opinion. Look, my opinion. This is Eddie's opinion. We have the 3 best UK brands in the States. I don't want to carry another UK brand. To me, we have the best, the pinnacle. Like, if you can't be happy to see how the UK does detailing with the 3 brands we carry.
Eddie, you haven't even scratched the surface, mate. Trust me, you haven't even scratched the surface.
But I'm happy. I'm happy.
If we go back to waxes, we're in the UK are very, very lucky with having, I would say, some of the world's best wax makers here.
ODK,
we've got that was it. I've got ODK, we've got Michelin King, young lads. Pardon?
HB Sauce.
You know, Hugo's.
I think Eddie and Jamie would love HB Sauce. They would love it because it's so different.
Wax Gurus as well.
Wait, what's it called? Wax what? That Wax Guru has me interested.
Michelin King, start there, man. Start Michelin King.
Eddie, I'll send you over a HBS, a couple of their waxes. I'm lucky to get quite a few sort of testers. I'll send you over a lot.
Andy, do not honey dick me, Andy. Okay.
Yeah.
Do not look. I'm not. Andy, do not. I'll unsubscribe. I'll unsubscribe, no. Andy. Do not honey dick me. All right.
But on a good thing, you've just taken on Maldeep. We reviewed Maldeep's rose wax quite a long time ago, and actually quite a good wax. Comes in the tin. I think they do a couple of different waxes, don't they, Maldeep?
I didn't. Maldeep and Yum were what made me love doing my wheels again. And then Maz sent me Garage Therapy, and this is what I said to myself: you guys are blessed. Like, we have good products in the U.S. But when Jamie came over and we were detailing this Ford dumpster, and we were sitting there, and he started using Maldeep for the first time, his eyes went like this.
Oh, you boys just don't know yet. You just don't know yet.
For me, I know enough that I feel like in the USA,
you're just making me want to do more videos. I'm just going to need to get out there and just film, man.
Eddie, this will make you laugh. I was in America, in California, for about 2 months on business last year, and I had 2 big holdalls. And so I brought a lot of work stuff out with me, and I got in contact with Fireball USA. They sent me loads. I got some Miglor wax. I got some Fireball stuff. I basically sent emails out to every shop in America. They all sent it to me. To get back, I had to tip out the entire contents of one of my bags with all my clothes, shoes, and everything into a skip. This is genuine, just to fill it with wax stuff. And I was like, right, clothes, possessions.
I would have left the clothes
from America.
And my kid.
But that was the joke of it was that was you bringing 2 of everything home because you were bringing me some as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
I must have thrown out about 400 quid.
I'm just going to answer one of the questions down there. I don't know who it was.
We do have a lot of questions for you guys.
Yeah, we got to start on some questions.
Wax chiller, what we call a wax chiller, okay, is essentially it's a wine bottle chiller that we have converted to take waxes. That's it. I've put some tape on the wine racks so I could sit my pots of wax on there. That's exactly what we do.
Look, which one of these am I buying? Am I getting? What is this?
Why are you buying a wax chiller? You don't even wax. You don't even wax.
Look, if you're gonna start, though, you gotta do it right. It sounds like you gotta do it right.
Dog, buy the wax first.
You gotta buy the fridge first so you can fill it. Otherwise, you're just gonna look at a fridge empty fridge.
Now, if I get a wax, it's gonna melt. Like, as soon as it starts heating up, it's over. You gotta do it right.
100%.
Send me some links. All right. I'll start checking out this wax, and we'll see what makes it into Thor. All right.
I think you'll love it, Jamie. I think, John, honestly,
I'm just going to move my camera, and essentially,
this guy has a freaking wax chiller.
That's like a refrigerator full of wax.
It's like I have a cigar humidor and you have a wax chiller.
That's a lot of wax.
That's wild.
Well, that's nothing compared to the man next to me. Like Andy's waxes collection is ridiculous.
No, always more room for more. I want to see Paul Dolden. This is your challenge. In the next 3 months, I would love to see you reviewing a wax on your channel, okay? Because it'll be entertaining. I think it'll be really. I would really want to see your style of editing, videoing, do a wax. I would appreciate that, and I think
that red BMW you got, Paul, is going to be lovely for that. Yeah. That single stage BMW.
Oh yeah, Harvey's BMW.
There was a comment earlier too. That great video idea for the Car Boutique channel. Half the car, half wax, half ceramic. Compare. Time-wise, performance-wise, how they compare to each other.
You can't compare the two. It's a non-video. It's a non-video.
No.
You have to.
No, it's not.
Hey, Johnny, you gotta jump off the bridge. Johnny be honey dicking the whole world. You know that's a good video, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny,
awful video.
You know what's an awful video? You saying awful. I'm gonna record this. Jamie, take this clip. Awful. We're launching this.
Clip this up, big boy. Clip this up. You can't compare a 9H coating to a wax that's
there's no such thing as 9H. It's a pencil hardness. I'm talking about just get a coat. There's waxes these days.
I put you back in your box.
Hey, there's waxes these days that can last a year. Fireball has a lot of them that can last a year in our chemical resistance. I think you take a 1 year coating like the topper from Garage Therapy.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about proper coatings here. We're not talking about 1 year coating. That's 1 year. Uso lasts a year. That's a wax.
Yeah,
Uso. We're talking about. You know, some of those ceramic coatings that last a year. You can put them. You can do a whole car and wipe them off. They're easy to put on. Easy. I don't really class them as ceramic coatings.
Johnny, I'm going to do the video. I'm not going to get any views, but I'm going to just do it for the culture. I'm doing it for the culture.
I think that's a huge video. Wax versus coating.
Yeah,
side by side. I think that's a viral waiting to happen.
We'll set it up for you, Eddie. We'll put it in there for Eddie. This one's for Eddie. Shramic one
Thank
side.
you.
Cole one side. I'll tell you what. I'll do it. You go Andy one side. I'll go Shramic the other. We'll have a fight off. And Cole can be the ringleader. He can be the judge.
Hey guys, we have a whole bunch of questions.
Bunch of questions. Yeah, first one.
Let's do the questions.
What's the?
Ask my mum.
Oh no!
Oh my Lord!
Next question. All right, so this one's for Eddie. Does garage therapy, and this is for the boys too, have a chemical that could remove ADS ghost? So ghost is a strong tire sealant. That mug is stuck on there. It's a commitment.
Yeah. Can you guys talk about that? Because I'm still new.
Well, I don't know what ADS ghost is, but if you
it's a sealant like how do I say this? It's a tire sealant. Oh, what do you have?
It actually dries and leaves behind a barrier on your tire.
What would you use in
the So you need decon shampoo
to remove it. Does GT have a chemical to remove a tire to move a tire dressing, a tire sealant?
Decon shampoo.
Decon shampoo, because you can actually use it as a wheel and a tire cleaner.
You probably use that at 1-8. Probably use it 1-8 on the tires. But I mean, like you said the other day, Eddie, on the podcast, why do you want to hammer certain things? Like just let things. If it's going to wait, just wait for the thing to disintegrate and disappear and start again, right? But I will give you a little nugget. I will give you a little nugget that I'm working on at the moment that people don't know about for the garage therapy stuff, and people don't use it yet. And there's a lot of things out there that people use tar and glue to do rubbers and use tar and glue on tires and stuff, right? What are you doing? What are you doing using solvents on your fucking Come on.
That's what I do.
I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, Johnny? This is America. We don't give a F.
Yeah, look,
okay,
American tires. Look, they're slapping
on
the cheapest tire dressing
over
ever.
here.
Look, they come straight from the dressing with the nastiest tire dressing.
So let me give you
getting that crap
let me give you a little
without some solvent, Johnny. It ain't gonna happen here in America. So I don't know what y'all tell you.
Let me tell you that you guys haven't done yet. I haven't done the video yet, but it's out. It's ready to go, right? And Baz Mo phoned me the other day and said, why am I selling so much of this product at the moment? I said, well, it's because I'm telling everyone in the DMs, get this stuff on board. GT panel wipe, right? Very underrated. Use that on your tires before you put a tire dressing on.
I haven't tried it.
Panel wipe is ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? Great for prepping, obviously, for ceramic coatings, all that sort of stuff, right? Please dial it back on soft paint to 1-1 because it's going to be very, very. It's not as aggressive as G-Technic. So if you use G-Technic panel wipe, but it's got a lot more cleaners to it. So Paul knows this because I've given Paul some stuff on this, not about the panel wipe, but how to clean rubbers with the steamers and stuff like that. But G-Technic panel wipe, spray it onto microfiber, use it on the rubbers. Thank me later. You're going to go bananas. It's so incredible for that job. It's
they did tone it down a bit. It's not as strong as it used to be.
What's that? G-Technic.
They toned it down.
But I want to say it's a different thing because there's a lot more cleaners in the garage therapy panel wipes. There's a lot more cleaners to it, right? So it cleans a lot more. So a lot of the isopropyl mixture can be quite strong in that sense. But just if you want to get really nice, aesthetic, good rubbers, and you've got classic cars or really good soft finishes,
good rubber.
Just literally.
But Johnny, back to the questions because they're going to leave this podcast. Back to the question of the tire. So
use that. Use panel wipe.
No, not that. To clean the tire, to get the sealant off the tire from garage. Remember, this was supposed to be garage therapy.
Decon shampoo is probably the strongest chemical.
1-8.
Yeah, 1-8. But just mix it up 1-8 with a bit of water and just brush it on, and hopefully that should do it. It would degrade it over time, but it depends. I don't know.
Power remover. Next question: is Johnny the spokesman of GT? What are you?
Oh, Johnny, let the people know. Who are you?
Well, actually, as you say that, I've actually got a GT podcast coming out. It's going to be very launched this weekend. So if you want to deep dive for the House of Rags, I decided to say to Eddie, I'll help you out, mate. So me and Maz have already shot the first episode of the GT podcast, which will be going live on Friday, which is probably tomorrow or it might be Sunday now because the editing side of it is a bit going on at the moment. But there's going to be an audio version coming out. So we're going to do because there's so much. Paul will tell you when you talk to Maz about the products, and as you can tell from the podcast, there's lots of information. Me and Maz are going to do a video on every single product, deep diving, very deep on all these topics, all that sort of stuff. So the Oi podcast on Spotify will be going to. So Eddie, you're welcome, mate. Don't worry, I'll do some of the job for you, mate.
That would be great.
Thank you. Shout out to Johnny.
I'm not commissioned by the House of Rags, by the way. But I
shout out to Johnny for sleeping with my mom and making us a podcast. I'll help the brother out.
I'll make you some bread, mate. I'll make you some money.
Conway, what's the best product you have for removing salts? Mag chloride can be used on undercarriage and frame.
Garage Therapy or Yum or Mild Deep. Which one? You could name all of them. Anyone you want.
Decon shampoo.
Yeah, Decon shampoo from Garage Therapy is probably the most versatile product
we have in the UK.
We have in the UK. You can pretty much use it for everything from a snow phone to
everything,
pre-wash to the actual shampoo to washing the wheels. It's such a versatile product. And you can do it at different dilution ratios depending on how dirty your car is.
Just don't do it, Eddie, and use Thor's hammer to mix the solutions, because I know Eddie likes to ramp it as fast as possible.
I just go hard, son. Like
300 to 1 in an IK Foamer 12 is all you need for a pre-wash with Decon shampoo. That's it. Don't go any higher than that.
I go 10 to 1, 5 to 1, 3 to 1.
Oh my God. You're just wasting. You've got too much money, bro. You've got too much money. What is he doing, Paul? Tell him. Paul,
he hates dilutions.
What's he doing?
He hates dilutions.
Look, I think if I have to sit there and take a calculator out to do 300 to 1, guess what? I'm doing 10 to 1.
That's a little crazy. Yeah.
1 to 1, and I'm doing it straight.
What products, by the way, what products do you know at 300 to 1 are still going to do a phenomenal pre-wash in an IK sprayer? Tell me.
I don't know, because I'm telling you right now.
Me and you in the DMs, we'll have a chat, mate. We'll still
have
10 to 1. Like here's even released from Mild Deep or Citrus from Yum, or even Garage Therapy Decon. I use a 10 to 1, 5 to 1, 3 to 1, 1 to 1, and then I pray, your guys, please let the paint stay.
You're definitely doing that.
Hey, so to remind the folks, Garage Therapy is live right now as of this morning. So go check it out. And I got to say, if you want some, Eddie probably didn't order enough this first round. It'll restock on the next restock. But
if you sucks, I'll order more if you get wax.
We'll get some wax. Throw it in there. Garage Therapy has a wax.
Yes,
I don't know. I didn't look because you told me not to get the wax.
Alpha.
He said no wax. Mild Deep, no wax.
If you're looking at, we're talking about Garage Therapy. Another one just to quickly throw in there before we move on is their Citrus. Garage Therapy Citrus is really good.
Top three.
Really potent. That's why we changed from Labo. Labo and Garage Therapy are very similar because you need to learn their products. They're like intellectual detailing brands. They're not just take off the shelf, use. You got to learn them. You've got to know the nuances, and that's why obviously the work Johnny's doing he's laughing because I've used my word nuance, isn't he?
Nuance. He loves a nuance.
But and what they profess to. But you've got to get to know them. But we use the Citrus because it's super potent at the high dilution. But if you knock it back to 51. That whole delimiting the chemical composition really cleans, but it does not hit your LSP. So they're versatile products, but you've got to get to know them, if you know what I mean. So Garage Therapy is a brand
Paul's got about 50 videos on his channel. You can go, anyone who wants to go and watch it, go and watch Paul Dolden's channel, because Paul's using Decon shampoo on tires, using it on wheels, using it to clean the pre-wash. Like, how many videos you done, Paul, where you just basically just used all Decon shampoo? It was literally
at one point, I think, and even if I'm doing a product review and somebody sent me some products, I'll still throw a GT product in there because I use them all the time. I've always used them. I mean, my top 3 GT products. Yeah, I don't think you can beat their shampoo. The one shampoo, which is version 3, Sigma V3, Sigma V2.
You use that the other game, didn't you?
Ash serum is something else. That's incredible.
Mental.
And the tire serum is probably the longest. The tire serum is probably the longest dressing, but it's not a dressing. It's a serum. It's the longest lasting
conditioner,
tire dressing you'll ever use. Tire conditioner, yeah.
Me and Carl had our first play Sigma V3 last weekend, and it is bloody good.
So Sigma
went off like a double, super.
Before you go on
that,
lovely. Paul, quickly, the quick detailer. If you're going to go for products out there, quick detailer by Garage Therapy just literally is
the whole line. Just buy the whole line,
Well, people want to know because some people are like they're confused. They're confused. So
can I just say this? Garage Therapy over here, just real quick. Garage Therapy brought out their products one by one. No, over here they brought out the products one by one. So we've had time to have one product, and that was it. And we had that product, and that was it. One episode, and then it was like a year later, another one came out. So you guys are getting the whole lot, and you're like,
what do we get?
No, but Johnny, look, we're Americans, so you're gonna have to dumb it down. I know you got a hard on for all of it. If one person who's like got a budget Right. This is what I'm asking. No, we need top 3. We need Paul, your top 3, Johnny, your top 3, and they can't be the same because it's not decon shampoo. A person coming onto the website for the first time doesn't know garage therapy. Remember, we watch videos in the UK.
What do they need?
What's the top 3? Right? Say, all right, look, give me your top 3 interior products.
For what? Right.
Just interior clean, dude. And give me your top 3 for exterior. Wash, sealant, tire dressing. Just what's your top 3? Paul, you first.
Garage Therapy Decon Shampoo, Quick Detailer, and Dash Serum for the interior.
Yeah. All right, Andy, you're up.
Or just Garage Therapy or anything?
We're doing Garage Therapy.
It was a garage therapy launch until Johnny roasted half the UK. Scorched.
3 products. I would go for Citrus. Love it. Versatile. I'd go for Sigma V3 as a final sort of super easy LSP. My third product would be probably their wax that we just started to use. I haven't used at Garage Therapy.
Can't believe we didn't buy any effing wax, man. Gosh, darn it.
You didn't get alpha.
So what's
I didn't get crap.
Call yourself a wax guy, mate. Who are you?
So they're my 3. It doesn't leave Carl much to go by if we're just going by Garage Therapy. So here we go.
Carl, you're up.
This is the heavy hitter. This is Carl. Carl says it's good.
All right, yeah, Carl. So for me, I'd go for their is it the V2 Snow Foam, the new one, or is it V3 yet? V2. That's got great cleaning power. It can be used as pre-washer and snow foam. I'd probably use DMS as a shampoo. Certainly, if I've got a ceramic coat car, it is a cracking product.
It's acidic.
Mineralizes, and then you're a bugger, Andy, because I'm gonna have to be the same as Andy. As Sigma, we used that for the first time last weekend, and it is a phenomenal sort of spray on, wipe off sealant. It's brilliant, so easy to use, street great, and I genuinely mean great hydrophobics. Live the great shine. It's just an impressive range, to be fair, from Garage Therapy.
Thank you, Johnny. Go ahead. You can't use the same as these 3.
Easy money.
All right, let's hear it.
Iron oxide, because you can use it as a pre-wash. You can use it as a fallout remover, and you can use it as a clay lube too. There's your 3.
Right. Wait, you said iron? I can use iron oxide as a pre-wash.
You can use it as a pre-wash because it contains decon shampoo.
Dang, that's wild.
Wow.
All right, go ahead. What's your iron? That's wild.
For all the people out there that go, you can't use iron here, you can't use iron there. Well, trust me, iron oxide's got decon shampoo and iron oxide removers in it, so it's great. Plus, I'll leave you with that. Iron oxide, right? Just use it. If you want to use it with a clay,
don't tell them everything.
If you want to do the Ivan LaCroix method where you want to use it with your soft clay mitt, go for it. Jamie, you're going to love that. But please, guys, 2 sprays per panel and just rub it in. Please don't go mad. You're just wasting.
So you didn't see my video where I put like 5 sprays each panel?
I saw it.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
I kicked in the TV. I was like, Eddie, man, we're gonna start.
At that moment, I realized that I just bankrupt us for groceries for the week.
You fucked that.
All right, go ahead.
So you got decon shampoo. You know, I have to say decon shampoo just because of the versatility. So you're someone. This person we're talking about, he can't afford to spend loads of money on products, but he wants something that can do everything. Decon shampoo do everything, right? You can use it in your wash bucket. You can use it in your snow foam cannon. You can use it in a pump spray. You can use it in an IK sprayer. You can use it for everything at different dilution ratios. And if you want all the dilution ratios, just give me a shout. DM me. I'll give you all of them. It works fantastic, depending on what you try to remove. It's the biggest must-have. You can even use it on. I've even used it on glass. I've used it on everything.
You send me all the dilutions, and I'll make a Johnny's dilution ratio chart for the decon page.
That'd be good.
The other one for me that goes unnoticed, and people don't use this enough, and this is detailers across the globe. WSR, water spot remover. It's one of the products that people don't really rate, and they don't use in a decon process, right? So if you're going to be polishing a vehicle, you need to make sure that mineral spots are removed off the paint, because overcycling heat with polishing will bring those water spots back. So for me, water spot remover, for me, WSR, those kind of things. I won't go into too much detail on the Garage Therapy products because it's going to be going into the podcast. But if you want a deep dive, I'm going to be going so deep with all the ratios. Because by the way, I've been doing this for a year with Maz. I've been talking to Maz for 3 hours at a time. Paul knows what I'm like. Paul knows what Maz is like. So you imagine what me and Maz are like. You know,
5-hour phone call.
It's gonna be. Honestly, it's that long, Jamie. I promise you. Like so.
I can imagine.
But what I've found is, thing is for me, this is what I want from this is why this year I'm only working with 3 brands: Wax and Away, Garage Therapy, and Absolute Valeting. Right? I've got my coatings, I've got my chemicals, I've got the 2 products, because for me, the review market is, I'm more into moving into how-to markets on how to use products rather than competing, dick swinging with this product's better than this product. Because when you become a detailer, when you become a professional, it's not about what products you use; it's about your processes and your and how you use them. So that makes sense. Like Paul said, it's 10% application, it's 90% application, 10% product. So for me, the skill of using a product, for me, when I use Garage Therapy, Wax and Away, and Absolute Valetins, they're all these free product companies that basically give you that ability. And it's like there is a lot of room for moving. And you know what I said to Maz? I said the biggest problem you've got with your product range is you're not going to make any money because they're so dilutable to so high concentrations that even Paul, when you got the citrus for the first time, right? Was it you got a phone call from Maz like probably 20 minutes later saying, Paul, you didn't need to use it that strong. I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
10 to 1, guys, for everything.
Eddie,
Look,
Eddie,
1 to 100, Eddie, 10 to 1.
Eddie, right? We're in the detailing industry to be detailers, right? So we're not validated, right? But you're showing yourself up. You're showing yourself up here to be a bit of an amateur hour. Come on, boys, stand up.
Hey, I'm being
amateur hour is coming.
Hey, I gotta ask you 5 this question then, because everything got love but the rinseless wash. Hey, click on that rinseless wash, Jamie.
Oh. Hold on, let me bring it back up.
I've got a big shout out to Eddie.
Right. So the reason why none of us have said rinseless wash is just sort of coming into the UK market as such.
Yeah, done tons of videos on it.
It for us in the UK, it goes against probably about everything. It goes against everything we think about what we should be doing when we're carrying.
These guys are scared of it because they think it's going to scratch the vehicle. They don't realize that towel drying is the biggest cause.
Can you do me a favor, the Car Boutique and Paul Don? Can you do me a favor? I asked for one request. I'll never bring it up again. All right, does Jonny? Do you do rinseless wash? Yes or no?
Every day.
All right, can you do a video with this man to show him which one's more effective? I use rinseless wash 90% of the time in my business. I
started off with Optimum. I then moved to PNS, and I'm now using Garage Therapy Rinseless, right? And the thing is with Garage Therapy Rinseless, Eddie, shout out to you for that last video you did about Rinseless and how to use it in a foam cannon to spray it on, right? Because I actually took out all my chemicals out of the IK12 pump sprayer in the foamer pump sprayer and put the Rinseless in it. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's insane.
Shit. You taught me something really cool there, because I was like, I never really thought about putting Rinseless in a foamer. And so I've put it in the foamer, and oh my God, I sent a message to the boys in the chat, in the Car Boutique chat the other day, and I went, guys, you guys are shit scared of rinseless. Look at this Audi I did last year, and look at the bonnet. And it was in pitch black darkness, right? And that bonnet was still looking fresh. And the car had been washed 4 months ago, and I washed it with Garage Therapy Rinseless. And by the way, I use that in my steamer. I use it in my IK Torn. I use it in the Tornadors. I use it in the foam. I use it in everything. And trust me,
yeah, it works
everywhere. Smell. What is the smell like, Eddie? Come on.
It smells like men's cologne, like a nice scented.
It's actually aloe vera. That's what it's. That's what the.
What really?
Fragrance. It's actually aloe vera. That's the fragrance.
Dang. Oh shit! I just burned myself. Sorry, I just burned my. Sorry, you said. Hello, Jonny, I'm sitting here like what?
So the thing is, because what's going to put people off about rinseless on that thing is the dilution ratios are so high, 348 to 1. Everyone's so used to 256 to 1. So it's going to make people go, what? Like, because they're like, what? So if they do use it at 256 to 1, it's going to literally outdo the competition, because it's literally like they go 256 to 1, they're going to go,
bro, it's
what
impressive.
Even God's piss is this?
I want to see Carl, Andy, and Paul just straight video on rinseless washing, like, because they think, the majority thinks you can't use water or pressure washer with it. That's not true.
These two are coming down for filming. I'm going to get them rinseless washing.
No, we're not. Jonny says we're scared. We're not scared of it. We're not scared of it. We are on when the whole concept of rinse rinse less. You know, initially there was a confusion with you're using less water. Yeah. Some people thought it was no water, so that needed to be clarified. Yep. But the concept of me using less water does seem strange, does seem foreign. However, I'm not going to go on and say I've tried any rinseless washes because I haven't yet, and we just haven't got round to it. So I'm going to hold my judgment as to the concept of rinseless wash, and certainly
splinters on his arse, Eddie. He's got splinters on his arse.
But we will do garage therapy rinseless because I've got to get over this.
I've got all three here. I've got all three here. When you come down to film, we've got all three here. We've got Optimum, we've got PNS, and we've got the three. So that's a real good shootout.
Once I've done that, once I've seen visually that it is, quote, safe, my perception of it. But
Andy,
I'm not going to agree with everyone just for the sake of agreeing.
I know you're doing. That's what I love about you guys, but you're wrong, right? So let's get on the train. Let's get on 2025. Let's start using let's start getting back to the science of it. Rinseless wash, it does God's work. Period.
There you go. So we didn't bring in the gallons.
I believe you.
But going back to the huge, concentration of the GT chemicals, Eddie made a decision. We're not going to bring over the gallons just yet. But the sizes we got right now are more than suitable to last you quite a while.
Decon shampoo should last you more than like 15, 20 washes, 30 washes, like 1,000 mils.
The biggest problem with Decon, the biggest problem with their shampoo range is they've got a car shampoo, Decon shampoo, they've got WSR,
DMS,
the DMS, and wheel shampoo as well, right? So the thing is, you have to remember these chemicals were designed based on very, very high-end vehicles to be specific in each area. So wheel shampoo, for example, all the different carbon ceramic brakes, all the different suspension elements, all the different things, to be able to degrease and degrade any fallout, anything that's on it, and rust inhibitors and all these kind of things that are in there. So you can use Decon shampoo to everything, but why would you want to hit everything with a sledgehammer? That's the thing. It's always about the detailer to be able to mix up what he needs on the thing, and the fact that car shampoo, Paul's the same as me. He loves the Ivan LaCroix method of foaming shampoo on a vehicle. We're using a snow foam cannon, right? And you've reviewed loads of products over the years, Paul, haven't you, through the cannon with shampoo?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah. Also, in this country, our summer only lasts 2 weeks, so in that 2 weeks, when it's about 500 degrees outside in the shade, you have to stem the panel temperatures. You have to keep them cool. So the best way to do it is to refoam the car. So obviously, do your pre-wash first with a snow foam cannon, but then use that same cannon. Or have two separate cannons to put your shampoo in.
Don't get me started outdoor detailer. We've already done that rant. You can go back and look at that a minute.
Go back 30 minutes.
But no, but what I'm saying is that the GT products, right? They're great for. When I first started reviewing them, I thought they were horseshit, right? And I told Maz, I thought they were horseshit, right? And
don't watch this for your kids at the beginning,
right? Because I knew all the YouTubers in the UK were part-time car washers. So I just heard Mazgasms in every video, right? I could hear Maz's voice in every video. Everyone going, yes, and it does this, and it does that. And I was like, why is everyone's video saying the same things? And then I started speaking to Maz, and I was like, right. And I said, right, okay. I'm really good friends with Paul, friends with Specky. And I was like, these guys were doing these products all the time on their channel. I was like, do you know what? I'll give these a test run. It's the worst thing I've ever done. Worst thing I ever done, because I became the biggest fanboy ever, right? And I was like, and I really wanted to poke holes in these. I really wanted to be crap and turn around and say everyone's wrong, they're wrong. And then I was like, Naz, I love you. You're amazing. What have we done with this? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Why is this working so well? And I was like, because every time, like with Paul, when we get products sent to us, there's always a new benchmark to go with, and it's like you can't, Paul. Your channel. You always bench it with GT. You always bench it. It's always like
absolutely. I mean, but how I review products is you're looking for the worst. You're not looking for the best. The best will find its own path. You're looking for the negatives.
How many times do you get people saying, "Why don't you review built Hambra on your channel?" How many times in the comment section do you get?
These are not Thor's comments, or we don't. That's not our opinions. I gotta make that.
You wanted the UK banger. You wanted the UK banger. Here we are. We're here.
I gotta protect. Hey, listen. You start dropping names, and people start going.
Listen. I love. Listen, Built Hammer were the first brains I used. Listen, Built Hammer because I watched John Forensic all day and all night, every single day when I first started detailing. Built Hammer products are amazing, right? Amazing.
Yeah, still good stuff. Yep,
they're amazing products. But they just don't suit how I detail.
Johnny, real quick, before you roast everybody again, because you already scorched earth. We have a question here in chat. I need someone to answer this. Paul, I'll give you the liberty of answering this. What's the best GT product to just pre-soak to remove road film from a coated daily driver?
Coated is decon shampoo, because one of the things it was designed for is to declog or unclog the pores of a ceramic coating. So when a customer has a ceramic coating and it was done 6 months ago, and they're just washing the car generally with a pH neutral snow foam or maybe a slightly alkaline base pre-wash, and the coating doesn't look like the water behavior is there, it's because it's clogged. And the best thing to do is to, in mild dilution rates, not your breaking up concrete drives trying to clean moss off a 1800s cottage. Just use the mild dilution rate.
You guys are wild, all four of you. If something happens to all four of you in the UK and someone puts a hit on you,
we have insurance over here for a reason why we don't go bananas on those chemicals.
Johnny, Andy, Carl, you guys are wild. Like, I thought I was savage. This dude. Let me put this a little bit.
Paul, just finish off what you're saying. What's the best way to apply?
This guy is a freaking animal, bro. All right, Paul, go ahead.
Just tell them the best. Talk about the pre-soak method, right? They want to answer the question. Tell them the best way to apply garage therapy, decon shampoo in that situation. You've done it a million times in your video. You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, pump sprayer. Definitely in a pump sprayer. And that goes for a lot of things as well, with the citrus range as well, and not just GT products. Any citrus, anything that's, forget snow foams for a while, but anything like that, stick it in a pump sprayer. It will save you a fortune.
Mike, you went off.
Paul, I was listening to you and I was interested in what you were saying. Please
continue. Sorry, that was too much.
Let me tell you about my Porsche for about 20 minutes before I get to the point of what I'm trying to tell you in the video.
Johnny, let Paul finish. Come on.
Yeah, pump sprayer all the way. And then while it's soaking, if you want to go over the top, depending on if the sun's out, you can then put some in your snow foam lance and go over the top. And then all the time, the product is working underneath. So you're pre-soaking a pre-soak. So you're kind of doing it twice. And then that's like this. Eddie will love it because it's literally like picking up a sledgehammer and doing a pre-wash, but you're not using tons and tons of product.
So not 10-to-1 in a foamer you're doing. What are you doing, Paul? You guys get dirt different.
Depending on I mean, the ones I do are absolute
20-to-1 Eddie's is more than enough.
Yeah,
for in a pump spray. That's it. It's 20-to-1.
If you can smell it, the golden rule of thumb: if you can smell decon shampoo, and it is really strong anyway, if you can smell it, you've made it up too strong.
Oh wow!
Well, I've been smelling that mug every hit. I'm like,
fumigates the garage.
I'm sitting there. I'm loving
Eddie,
it. 10-to-1.
There's a reason why citrus has only literally come out in the last 6 months, because citrus wasn't needed in the garage therapy range until now. So it's one of the last products to come out, not the first. Decon shampoo was the first iteration.
They didn't need it. This is straight from Maz. They didn't need it. They did it because the public wanted it in the range. And when we say they're originally, when they first came onto the scene, they only released 3 products, and they were all shampoos. And people thought, well, why do we want 3 shampoos? And then they gradually started introducing more stuff to the range, and that's how they've worked ever since, because they're going so deep with these products. It takes them a whole year just to release one product.
So let me ask you guys this, and this is like the truth-telling time.
In Syria,
what's one garage therapy product that you want them to take a look at, and why? You know what I mean by that question? That you want them to take a look at and be like, okay, they can make this better, and why?
Easy. Glass cleaner.
You don't like your glass cleaner? I thought it slapped.
Because the thing with glass cleaner is that it doesn't appeal to the consumer. It appeals to the detailer, right? So it's super strong. So in the way that people use it wrong, right? They don't realize it's so strong in a good way that it cleans really, really well. But the problem is where the consumer struggles is because they're not using enough cloths to use glass cleaner with. So that it's one cloth per panel, right? Because that's how you should be using glass cleaner, because it degreases and cleans phenomenally. But that's why I would say it's the weakest one, is because people don't know how to use it. And the other products are really simple to use and really easy to break down. So for me, glass cleaner is the one that they would probably tweak in a way, because it's that kind of stuff. But Becca's asking about the interior products, because we go mad about Decon shampoo.
Oh,
so like,
why GT interior cleaner say not to use for leather? What about her fake leather in her Honda?
10-1.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you can use the interior cleaner.
Smells incredible, by the way.
Interior cleaner. I don't know why they say that, but 10-1. I use it on real leather, fake leather. I use it on Tesla leather. 10-1, you're good.
Smells incredible, and it leaves absolutely. Like, I've been using CarPro Inside for the last 3 years, and I always used to struggle with the residue. I used to use other products as well. I've used rinseless.
I had to use a steam with CarPro Inside to get the best results, in my opinion. That's how I used it, and I stopped using it. If I just spray it on and wipe off, I'm not using it.
Yeah, got a question. Can I just jump in here with Becca Green down the bottom here? Has got wants to talk about the interior products. There is a thing called Dash Serum, and Dash Serum is like a plastic regenerator, but it doesn't. It darkens the plastic in such a way that it does it so it's a very, very subtle sheen, which is almost like a factory look and not that horrible glossy tacky look. And you have to work it into the plastics. You've really got to work it. It's not
it's their highest criticized product they put at the moment, their Dash Serum. That's the weirdest thing about it, because people are over, like, people are doing what Eddie does and sprays a lot. It's one spray per pack, like one. Time
out, Johnny. You be coming at me sideways. I am one of the best detailers in this video right now.
What I'm saying is that
10-1, 4-1, 3-1. I get shit done in this, right?
The
Johnny,
best way
to
look at it, right, is that Guff from Koch Chemie is a phenomenal inside product, right? Guff, from Koch Chemie. Garage Therapy, for me, people compare it a lot to Built Hamber, and it's because a lot of YouTube creators have put them both against each other to make videos, right? But they are completely different products, completely different entities, completely different businesses. For me, Garage Therapy, if we wanted to overrun it, it covers. It's like Koch Chemie and Built Hamber sort of rolled into one if you need your help. Because I remember when I saw Koch Chemie come to America, people just went ape for it. And going on what Paul said about Dash Serum is, it does have you can use it safe on pedals, mats, all sorts of stuff. So if you want to regenerate your mats, rubber mats, which I know is a big thing in America for trucks and all sorts of things. It's safe to use on those things, whereas other products you wouldn't do it for insurance purposes for greasing properties. That makes sense, like CarPro Pearl or something like that. You couldn't use that on any gear sticks or around any instruments because something bad could happen, right? So it's safe to use on rubber mats, which is phenomenal. But you have to use all the Garage Therapies, treat them with respect, because they literally they're trying to save you money. Trying to save you money. These dilution ratios we're telling you about, like Paul said, trying to save you money. Just literally, I dare you to go as weak as possible and see if it still works, because anything over a certain ratio, you're just wasting money. Like with Paul, who used it a long time, and the guys down in the car boutique here, we're going to be doing a ton of videos on the whole Garage Therapy range, because they've been using Labo last year, right? So they're moving to playing with the GT stuff this year.
Wait, time out. You said something, because now I got to hear this. Question. Look. Here. I need this question answered from Andy and the boys down here, and then I'm gonna go back to what Johnny just said, and then we're gonna end the podcast because I gotta go pee.
Me too.
I've been holding my pee and poop for like an hour.
Can I just say something, Eddie? That is the smallest pint of Guinness I've ever seen.
No, this is actually a shot of coffee. Look at this. Look at this mug.
That's a 5-ounce glug. It's just
this is it's just he's
that's a US hitter. Right
Johnny's mom knows about the hands. All right, go ahead.
That's why my girlfriend's got small hands, by the way. She makes things look big.
You're getting demonetized. We've been demonetized for an hour now.
Someone talk
you
about
getting no money off this show. You better make sure you sell these products, boys, because
I'm telling you right
no
now, Johnny, I'm gonna put this to unlisted.
Immediately.
You know you're clipping the crap out of this later.
Oh gosh, yeah, dude, it's wild. Like we got sued. I lost my kids, my wife in this deal. All right,
go on, go for it.
All right, TCB, we got to answer this question.
The one at the bottom from CS Autotech.
Yep.
Right. So when it comes to leather, I don't buy into that much the dedicated leather cleaners and dedicated leather conditioners.
I like the way you're talking.
I think the leather conditioner thing is a bit BS. I don't think modern leathers with their lacquer need it. Maybe the older leathers probably did. You had to re-nourish it. But even then, word of caution, there's a lot of different variants of leather. So one leather conditioner doesn't suit all. In terms of cleaning it, I just use a product from a brand called Michelin Clean Leather Cleaner. It's a really, really mild detergent. It cleans it and then I leave it. I don't buy into these leather ceramics because I think the abrasive nature of you sitting on a seat, upholstery ceramics, I don't buy into that. I just don't think it lasts because of the abrasion of your backside on the seat. So I just use a mild cleaner on leather and then finished. So I'm quite simple when it comes to leather. And any mild detergent really, but the one I find from Michelin King's very, very subtle. I used to use steam, but with a cloth, but I've stopped using that on leather. So yeah, quite simple. My leather interiors.
I'm sort of similar to Andy in regards as leather conditioners in my eyes is a load of BS massively. Like Andy said, there's a coating on modern day leathers, especially. There's a coating on there.
You're not going to get that Geist order anymore, are you? The Geist have boycotted the TCB now.
But it's just one of those things. Most modern day leathers now have a coating on of it. So if you're putting a conditioner on, you're not actually doing anything for it. As for cleaners, we like Andy said, we tend to use very mild cleaners. We tend to try and keep at the pH neutral scale because as soon as you start going anywhere towards the acidic or the alkaline side, you're going to damage that leather. So I wouldn't say we particularly have a preferred leather cleaner we go to. We just ensure that the leather cleaner is a neutral. I just watched there, so I wish Andreas was on this call. Andreas,
this will be 7 hours long. This podcast
is the leather king. Certainly on our TCB Facebook group, absolutely cracking guy. What he doesn't know about leather.
But if you read what
we were told off massively by him if we started saying.
If you read what he puts, he's right. He's absolutely right. All his big long spills about leather are to help the user not make mistakes, because there's a lot of these products where you see people review it and it's like it's a one-stop shop.
But I think there's too much
conditioner and ruin their leather. Sorry, Eddie.
Hear me out, Andy, because I interrupted you because that's what black people do. I'm sorry. So for me, it's like. And I am like 32% Nigerian. I did the ancestry stuff. I sent that to Jamie. He didn't believe it. Yeah. Not like 1% New England. I don't know how this happened, but does it really matter? Like if you use the 8 or 9 pH on a seat and you clean it up, does it really matter? Like
on modern leather, probably not.
Is the science for that? That's all I care about. Just if you know, we don't. I have a Cadillac and they say it's real leather, but the back feels fake. I don't know. Like, does it really matter? Does it?
I think Andreas
Moss says it does.
Andreas, I think when it comes to YouTube channel detailing
Skaz is in there. There we go. You triggered Baz.
Yes, it does.
He triggered Baz out. Fantastic videos on dealing with leather, and from going from like I think the recent one that sticks in my mind is leather brushes. How much damage does a leather brush do? So if you actually watch Andreas's
there you go.
His video actually brushes to the actual coating on leather does actually a huge amount of damage. I wasn't even aware of that until I watched that. He's always on about using the, as one of them said, Ladermax sponge, which showed a massive difference in obviously it left no damage, and he's obviously a massive advocate for proper leather care. And like I said, hence why we've changed. Me and Andy have probably massively changed our routine from advice we get from him in regards to keeping this pH neutral. I would say, if I know Maz has just put up their high alkaline products will compromise the leather coating. Yeah, anything high alkali or high acidic, you're going to eat into any type of coating.
You got to remember though, we get and I agree with Maz, and that's why Carl said earlier, listening to the advice we've got, we are super cautious with leather. And it's not a mystery leather how to clean leather. It's quite easy. if you know what I mean, if you're careful with it. But too many people get up on, and in this conversation, we talked about high pH, low pH, and all that kind of stuff. You got to remember that, and this is sucking goes to you lot. The pH is just a byproduct of the chemicals used. You know what I mean? So people say, "What
index is
would you use a high pH to do X?" Well, surely we should be asking what chemical composition we should be using to do job H. If you see what I mean, pH is just a byproduct.
This is a YouTuber question as well, because you have to remember that there's a lot of more cleverer people than us that do leathers every single day. So to just parfait to say that do leather cleaners work or not, and just say, no, it don't work. No, this don't work.
You need conditioners for the new leather. Like,
no, but Eddie, you have to remember these guys spend hours and days, their whole life, just doing leathers.
Listen,
right?
I think there's a time and a place for every product. I 100% agree with that.
What I'm saying is,
but what I'm saying is, we don't have. Do you have real leather in your car?
None of my cars have real leather in it.
No, mine don't either.
My customers' cars do, but my customers' cars do.
Yeah, yours do. And at that point in time, use caution. But for me, if it's a Ford Focus, guess what Daddy's doing? Decon shampoo, 10-to-1.
Urine. I just pee in the back.
Decon shampoo, magic
10-to-1,
and then coat that mug.
No, I don't do that. But for real, like I don't. When I think about the I don't own a Porsche. I never touch a Ferrari. I never touch a Lamborghini. Like my Cadillac has real leather, but I still wash it the same way. I haven't seen. I'm even doing a test on one corner of my Cadillac to see if there is degradation or chalking, because you see chalking in my page stuff. Yeah. And I'm on test number 20th, right? It's been like 2 weeks. Maybe my wife's gonna get pissed off. Maybe they don't replace it, right? It's life. There's a corner, and I haven't seen degradation yet. So I'm waiting for that degradation to happen. I do believe that you should take care of your customer's car. So use the leather cleaner and what's appropriate for protection. But what are you going to condition in a seat that has a coating on it? Like, you can rub conditioner on it. You know what it feels like?
There's a video, Eddie.
Super glow.
Feel good that you're doing something, Eddie, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But why are we doing it?
There's a video. That's the question. YouTube's about asking questions and answering questions, right? So you've just created the best title for a video there, Eddie. Do you need conditioners for leather? It's a great question because, even you, none of us here are qualified to say yes or no.
I put it on and I feel like it's 100 degrees outside and my neck is greasy. And
yeah, but what feel and real are two different things.
Yeah, I'm just saying. To me, I don't see, like, I use a protector, like a Geist spray on. I don't know. This is my opinion. Look, my opinion. I've never touched a real leather seat, and I've touched a lot of cars. Like, I've never touched a real leather seat before. Genesis, touch Mercedes. Things have changed in 2025, kids.
When I did my first Bentley Continental in the summer last year, and it was literally leather from top to bottom, upside down. It was Bentley Continental GT, like beautiful cream leather inside. Like, I had to use really good quality leather cleaners to get rid of some of the staining.
Yeah, Garage Therapy has the one they made with Cutter Lock.
That's exactly right. So it has moleskin roof as well, right? So you've got to be so careful of sagging and all that sort of stuff as well. But when the whole car was leather, the glove box from floor to ceiling, it was leather, and so you can really tell a difference between a leather seat and a pleather seat. Like when you've got a Tesla, you've got like transgender pineapple leaves that they're using.
Oh my Lord!
Put that together, right? So.
And we're ending it there, guys. So thank you for coming on, Johnny. We have Thor Media is now getting sued. All right, keep going, and then we're done.
Paul,
that wasn't my comment. That was in a comment in the description.
Look, Paul's waiting. Paul's waiting on his.
Paul's been waiting to. I've
used Geist. I've used the Garage Therapy leather cleaners. My son's car is a BMW E46. It's old. Some of it's cracked, and I do condition it as well. And you use the Garage Therapy cleaner, then you follow it up with a conditioner. I get it that if you get in there with a pair of jeans on a daily basis, you're not going to do the leather seats any good. There is another company called Lithium Auto Elixirs, which you probably know of.
Yep.
Bill
Lithium.
And Lithium, yeah. And he made it almost looks like boot polish. It's in the tin, and I use that on a car. It was incredible. It really did bring the seats back. It made them supple. It was a little bit greasy, but if you work it into the seats, fantastic. So there are products out there. You got to remember, leather is natural. It's like your face. If you use a strong soap on your face, your skin dries out. It's no different. It's no different to leather in a car.
It's a natural, but real leather, right, Paul? Like real leather.
Real leather.
Real Porsche leather. BMW. We're talking about what Johnny said. It's real leather. Yes, I agree. You have to be super careful because you don't want to F that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. For me, I just YOLO 10-1.
Last question for you guys. What you've used the garage therapy so far, right? You guys, like I said,
I have. Jamie has not.
You haven't, Jamie. Oh, Jamie. Jamie,
hard to get a hold of.
Jamie, I kind of like when I've seen your content and what you do and how you do your content. Right, I've been watching you for a while. Yeah, I think this is you're gonna go down a rabbit hole. I think you'll end up down a rabbit because I know you love going into these. Like you're going into these little wells when it comes to finding stuff out. I think you do enjoy niching down on certain products. That will be interesting. I will be really watching you, Jamie, to see how you like with no input from me at all or anybody else, but be interesting to see how you get stuck into that stuff because I really, and listen, you cater for all brands, right? You love all brands, so it's just going to be another brand.
No, he doesn't. But he's brutal.
Is he really?
He's brutal. This guy makes hit pieces. Like
I love everybody.
He is a liar and a cheat.
Everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody.
Hit pieces are made with love. You wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, he is brutal, Johnny. So don't let his little southern charm fool you with. Hi guys, my name's Jamie the Cleaner.
I think Jamie does love products. He loves the dynamics and the chemicals. From what I've seen of his videos, he likes to go into a little bit more detail with stuff. So I think when you start getting into it. I think you really will start to find there's a lot of Easter eggs in there. Like I said about iron oxide, right? Nobody done a video on iron oxide using it as a pre-wash, and it had the most views, most comments on my video because there's people who hate using iron oxide before the contact wash. There's people who, like it's like two sides of the camp. So creating a product that has both sides of the camp happy. There's so many Easter eggs is what I'm trying to say of dilution ratios that you'll find, Jamie, that you'll go down the rabbit hole with. Like Paul said about using the pump spray 1-20, using it in your foamer. You can do it for the wheels, do it for this. You're just going to be going on and on and on and on and on, Jamie. And you'll be like, Jesus Christ, where do I end with these? Why do I keep coming back to the same? You'll do a loop. You go, why have I come
I'm
back
real excited for him to try the soaps because he's a foam guy, right? Like,
really?
Soaps. Yeah, he loves soaps. Like I love rinseless. He's a real
just
soap
please
guy.
Don't use garage therapy products in an MTM phone lance. Sorry, not. In a MJJC phone lance. It was the biggest controversy that happened in this country since.
That's all we have, bro. That's all.
Do not use garage therapy in an MJJC lance.
I get the best foam in that mug, bro.
Yeah, but you just Paul. You don't need to have super thick foam on a car to do the cleaning, right?
Doesn't do anything. Just looks good on Instagram.
Oh, no, now we're fighting. Okay, guys.
I can prove it.
You guys ruined my afternoon
for another day.
Everybody's
mad. Everybody's mad.
I told you, you just blew up the United States. They now hate me. They hate you. They hate everything about this whole podcast today.
The garage therapy soaps were all tested in MTM phone lances. So if you've got an MTM phone lance, the dilution ratios are going to suit you down to the ground.
Yeah, MTM is the GOAT.
There
MTM is Simba. Welcome back to Pride Rock. I love MTM.
So the MJJCs kind of blow through that product, throw a lot of product on the panels, is what you're saying.
What an MJJC lance does is it over aerates products. So regardless of the product, from any brand, any soap, shampoo, whatever you want to call it, any pre-wash, it sticks so much air in it, it makes it super thick. So it basically loses all the wetting products, all the wetting elements, should I say, of that product. So it cannot go on the panel. It cannot get rid of the dirt.
So how do we do that, Paul? So now this is the last question. We're ending it here. So 90%, this is a huge number. I say 60, 65%. They lean on the MJJC. That is what we use and sell. So
turn the dial down.
Would you just turn the dial down?
Turn the dial down.
Okay, that's it.
Knock the dial back.
Eddie, the controversy.
Brilliant lance. Brilliant lance.
The controversy you're talking about with Pan's product with John Forensic was the same controversy that was in this country with MJJC and Garage Therapy Snow Foam. Same controversy.
Oh, wait. You mean the knob was turned down?
Listen. What we're saying is a lot of Paul.
You said it.
Paul, I'm not going to drag Paul into this argument, right? Paul. We're going to keep Paul because Paul was awesome. We don't want to get Paul involved in this. But there was a lot of UK YouTubers, and Andy will tell you from the car boutique.
Don't get me involved, mate.
No.
I don't know what you're about to say. You let Paul off the hook.
Someone's getting buried, and it's you, Andy.
They're not. No, listen to this. They're not getting buried. Listen, there's a lot of UK YouTubers that are in the car boutique YouTube in the group, right? And we talk among ourselves. There's all the YouTube, and they're in the Detailing Central Detail Network. They're everywhere, right? But the most videos made on Garage Therapy Snow Foam were proving John wrong about the lance he used. It was he made a quick video about how Garage Therapy worked through the Snow Foam cannon, and it was using an MJG's lance, and it was such a bad test. Such a bad test.
Sounds like he needs to stop reviewing soap. Like he's
so
real
if
bad.
You go and watch that video, go back, Eddie, watch that video. You'll understand why you get so upset with the pan stuff. You see the same things. The UK detailers had the same question for John when it came to the garage for everything. So Maz didn't get involved. Maz just politely left the comment, which is still on there on John's channel, about how to use that product effectively and how it will work. But the UK detailers or all the UK YouTubers decided to make videos opposing that argument and saying why you were wrong. Does that make sense? And that's great for debate, because we want.
I gotta shoot myself in the foot, and I owe an apology to Armor Detail Supply. I was reviewing one of their soaps about a year ago. It was a long time ago, and I get on a text with Brad and DJ, and I'm whining about their Decon shampoo. Couldn't get the mug to foam on. Come to find out, right? Isabel, my youngest daughter, doesn't like thick foam, so she washes. She details cars. And I pay her. She turned that mug all the way down. So I go back outside, and they're like, turn it all the way up. I turn it back up, and it was beautiful. So shout out to Brad and DJ. Sorry for honeyding you in the chat, but yes, so just so we know, when I turn it down, it does put less products into the surface. Does it matter? Is what you're saying? It doesn't matter when it adds less product to the surface?
No, I mix. So you talk about the garage for every products, right? I use basically 100 mils to 900 mils of water, right? But on certain days when I'm working on cars, I'll put 200 mils in and 800 mils of water. But what I'll do is I'll dial it back. So what I'm looking for is the consistency of the foam on the panel that's going to give you a nice milky-like substance that's going to run off and drip, rather than just aerate thick and then just congeal and just break down like almost like a mold. And then you've got an inconsistency of the surface tension on the panel is going to be inconsistent, right? You want that surface tension on the panel to be consistent. That soap reduces surface tension on purpose to allow product to run off the vehicle, to let the dirt fall off. If you just foam in a vehicle and it looks like Mr. Whippy, and that's an ice cream in this country, then the point is it just stays there. It will keep the panels moist in the summer when you want the soap to last for longer. So in a sunny, hot climate, if you want that soap to stay there without it drying out, go as thick as possible, because it will last 10 minutes. But if you want to clean the car properly, you need to use a thinner dilution ratio, save your money, let the product run off, and now by the time you've got in a vehicle, you're ready to rinse off anyway. I'm out.
That's it. That's all we got for this one, everybody. Paul, where can they find you? And all that good stuff.
You can find me on YouTube, and you can find me on Instagram, Bald Olden Details. Just search me on Google, or you can search me just for my favorite platform, which is YouTube. And just put Bald Olden Details in.
Car Boutique Boys, where can they find you?
I'm not going to really send you to Insta and TikTok. We just use that as a bit of fun. So we do have a private Facebook group, which is a nice, friendly, small collection of enthusiasts. Paul hasn't joined, but Paul, are you on Facebook yet? You're not, are you?
No, I've been on Facebook for years.
It's in 1982.
We got to get Paul back.
Man, you were there before Mark Zuckerberg was born.
He's an original Facebooker.
He has stock in it.
Paul's still on dial-up.
We've all got our YouTube channels. The Car Boutique Detailing Review group on YouTube. Find us there. If you like the content we're doing, hit us a like. If you don't, go and watch Paul's.
100%. Don't watch me, for God's sake.
Johnny,
and Jonny, and Johnny's, of course.
Johnny, where can they find you?
Listen, I'm a shit that won't flush. You can find me everywhere, every single platform. I'm everywhere. I'm a rash that you can't remove. Just go on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'll just annoy the piss out of you every single day. I'm daily on my Instagram stories. You're going to hear me keeping it real. They say keep it real like Jonny Shiell. That's the way it is.
Keep it real like Jonny Shiell.
Oh, you've been waiting to say that shit.
Not what I say. It's what the fans say. Come on, it's not what I say.
I'm telling you right now. If you don't come back to life,
I've literally just been sick in my mouth, Johnny.
There you go.
Hey, real quick, Garage Therapy hit the United States.
Live,
United States. Shout out to Moz for trusting us with the brand. We appreciate everyone coming on today. And go ahead, Jim. You could
join the Thor Facebook group. Look, we gotta get Paul back on Facebook. You got to come join the group, Paul, and we got to drop some knowledge on everybody.
We need you on Facebook.
There's gonna be a lot of Garage Therapy questions over there in the Facebook group over the next few weeks, so we need everybody to come jump in the Facebook group. We'll have your answers. That's all we got on this one, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,